Get rid of that real quick. What's up, guys? Welcome. If you're watching the video, we have a massive stream today. The brand new roadmap just got released by Sorare. So the plan is for most of the start of this stream, we're going to look through that, go through it with a fine-tooth comb and try and decipher what certain things mean. So hopefully, if you are watching it through a video perspective and not a live stream perspective, it still makes a lot of sense and it's still a fun bit of content for you guys. And obviously the people that are managing to watch it live can contribute to the conversations too. But we've got a lot to dive into. I'm really excited to have a look at the brand new roadmap and sort of talk about it. Now, I have already looked at it, so it's not like I've not looked at it yet. I have looked at it myself, but we're going to have another look at it and kind of try and decipher what things mean. Let me quickly tweet out the stream, though. How you doing, Lala? What's up, buddy? How you doing? Well, go ahead and go, we are live. Gonna be going through the new roadmap with fine-tooth comb, deciphering what everything means. I'm going to add the thumbnail to the tweet as well. There we go. There we go. Little FIFA style thumbnail with the shocked face. That's so funny, man. But yeah, I'm interested by a lot of different things here. I'm very interested, and I'm going to be looking through a lot of different things and see what's going on. And yeah. Just got all my lineups sorted. Let's fucking go. Let's go. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Bruno will be Man United captain, which is really good. I'm happy now, obviously having bought him. I love owning captains of teams because they are pretty much guaranteed to start every game. I don't know about the fitness edition, not gonna lie. We're gonna talk about it in the in this stream, and obviously in this it will become a video, so in this video as well. Mostly dubs with a few L's. I mean, we'll talk about it. I think I might have a different perspective to a few people. I think it might maybe change people's minds, change people's opinions and outlooks. Let's get some music going. No copyright lo-fi. That sounds about perfect to me. Lascelles is our captain still? Nah, that'll change. That'll change. What's going on with my... Turn the volume down for my headphones so I can hear myself talk. I might have to take a phone call in between this as well, boys. I've had some bad news, unfortunately. My stepmom may have had a mini stroke, so I might have to take a couple phone calls from my dad, just giving me updates. But he said he'll text me updates and stuff, but he might ring me as well. So if, you know, unfortunately, might have to go for 5 or 10 minutes, take a phone call, but we'll be back after that. Hope she's alright. Yeah, fingers crossed. I don't know much. I should get updates tonight and tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But I think she's okay. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Anyway, we'll give it a couple more minutes. Wait till a few more people join in, because the last thing we want to do is start talking about it and then people join in and have to scroll back to the stream and stuff. So yeah. We want to give it a little bit of time before, but we've got a lot to munch, a lot to dive into, and I'm quite excited, to be honest. Have I bought a Kovacic yet? I ain't playing Pep Roulette. I will say though, from one of the deals I had this month, I got paid more than I thought I was gonna get paid, which is now making me incredibly tempted to look at that Manfred Zakaria super rare auction, but the only thing is that with this roadmap, it's making me reevaluate who I buy as my super rares next. So I feel like, how long have we been live for? We've been live for 4 minutes. We'll give it 1 more minute and then we'll jump into it. All right, we'll give it 1 more minute and we'll jump into the updates. You copied me with the Houston stack? No, you copied me, mate. Nah, Kovacic, I think he'll be a good scorer at City, but Pep Roulette freaks me out. The only like set in stone player that's safe from Pep Roulette is Rodri. Even De Bruyne gets Pep Rouletted, you know. Like, it's just too risky. He's just very, very risky. So we both tanked that one. Still a few games of the season left. we have a couple of decent matchups still. So we play Santos at home in 392. I know it says away, but it is a home game. Portland at home. St. Louis at home. Whitecaps at home. Dallas at home. There's still a few decent games of the season left, so we'll see what happens. We shall see. All right, should we jump into it, boys? Let's jump into it and see what is going on. So, we have the brand new roadmap, and I'm not going to sit here and read literally everything for you guys because I feel like it would be a bit long, but I want to cover the important things. I want to cover the very important things. So, the first thing that I think is really confusing is the new kickoff mode. I don't think it was a great idea naming it Kickoff, considering we already have a Kickoff competition. I think maybe having two is a little bit confusing. I know the idea with this is to, the idea with this Kickoff mode, I think, is to gamify the game for casuals, right? I think the idea here is what they want to do is they want to make the game more gamified, a bit more like FPL, that you could just whack your phone out and like, you know, show people and talk to people about Sorare and stuff without it being overwhelming and confusing. And this is so this is decent, but I think naming it Kickoff is a bit confusing. But maybe if they rename the other Kickoff mode, it kind of makes sense then. I like the idea though. There's nothing bad about this. The fact that they're gonna, like they say, piecing it with Cash Wallet means that like it's basically, I think, a way for them to try and market to a wider, more mainstream audience. I think that's all right. I don't mind that at all. So they're lowering super rare eligibility in the unique competitions from now on. Super rares are going to be allowed to a maximum of 1. The total number of unique cards on the platform is now high enough for us to update the unique competition. That does not affect 99.9% of people on the platform, realistically. I don't think it affects any of us. Wait, if I do that... Oh, okay, never mind. It doesn't affect any of us, realistically. So, I'm not too bothered. You know, it affects Wales, it affects people like PSU and whatnot. I think the only thing that's going to do is probably slightly increase the value of uniques, because then you will have to play 4 uniques per competition, so people will need more uniques if they're playing super rares. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know if it devalues the price of super rares. I don't think it does, but we'll see. It is a bit annoying, I think, for some people that now Cap T40 unique needs 4 uniques rather than 3. But I mean, like, it's an update I don't think is very important. Now, one thing that's really important that I thought we'd address straight away is we will make no changes to the Sorare scoring matrix for the 2023 to 2024 European football season. I like that a lot. It means we know what we're getting for an entire year. Not a single change to the scoring matrix. Nothing will change. So the players you buy now that are scoring well on the scoring matrix aren't going to change at all. I like that a lot. So, like, a lot of people, for example, with Trent, a lot of people are getting on the Trent hype train at the moment. Trent ended the season absolutely fantastically. It's very likely we see scores like this continue with Trent. Very, very likely. So that is a positive from Sorare. I think it's very, very important that we get that update. Because a lot of people sometimes around this time of year hold off on buying certain good scorers in case they change the matrix to then not favor them. I know a few people got burnt in previous years with not burnt, but like they may have had a negative impact with certain changes to the scoring matrix. So, to maintain a more healthy game balance, we will own... This is really important. All right, this is possibly one of the most important updates, actually. I think this is one of the most important updates. So, to maintain a more healthy game balance, we will only ever cover leagues when we have licensed clubs in that league. Massive win. I've been saying this for ages. You cannot cover Saudi without licensing them. Massive win. Thank you, Sorare. Thank you. The Chinese Super League will remain covered as coverage was introduced before the rule. That makes sense. Cards in non-licensed leagues competing for card rewards from licensed clubs would lead to an unhealthy game balance. Agreed. 100% agreed. We will not cover the Saudi Arabian League for the 2023-2024 season and will reevaluate the situation before next season starts. That is a monumental win for the platform. Now, I'm not saying that. Do you mind? I'm trying to talk here, buddy. I'm not saying it's a monumental win because they're not covering Saudi and people getting screwed, they have Saudi cards or whatever. I'm not saying that. The reason why that's a monumental win is because they recognize how unhealthy of a game balance that would be. The fact they recognize that is really important because they couldn't possibly cover the Saudi League without minting the cards. You can't do that. It's just too it's too unbalancing for the game. So it's really important that they recognize that, and I'm very glad that they recognize that. And also it opens a door. Buddy, we get it, you have a motorbike, all right? And a huge 14-inch penis, but you don't need to be that loud going down a fucking road. Anyway, no, I think that's really important. I think it really is a really important update. And also opens the door. We might get it next year, potentially. So I think that absolutely opens the door there. Now, club facilities is where it gets very interesting. Very interesting. I might shut my window in a moment if people are just going to go up and down my country road with motorbikes. This is where things get... Yeah, you're not wrong, Overbeck. This is where things get very interesting, I think. So... the 23-24 season launches new features that give you, the Sorare managers, more tools than ever to connect your own every aspect of your club on a daily basis. Connect and own, not your own. Connect and own every aspect. Starting in September 2023, Sorare managers can help build their club legacy through the club facilities feature. In club facilities, you can build your stadium and facilities from the ground up, along with managing your squad, staff, and club identity. This right here, it's a little bit gimmicky and a bit too complex, in my opinion. I think when we break it down, a lot of it makes sense, but the issue is it's just a bit too intimidating, a bit too complex, and a bit too confusing, in my opinion. And I don't like the fact that it's like it doesn't need to be like this, in my opinion. I actually think the updates are good, and we'll talk about it. And I actually think, like, I'm actually a fan of some of the updates, and the more I think about it, the more I'm a fan of them. I just think the way that it's been done seems a bit FIFA-ish, and I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going for, and maybe like this is me being naive because I've come from FIFA and I don't want more FIFA stuff in Sorare. I'm gonna go full screen as well just to make life easier. Maybe it's me coming from FIFA, and I think that's potentially why I'm a little bit like apprehensive. So we will initially launch 2 facility centres, physio and training, that allow you to manage card bonuses, with the goal to follow up with more facilities landing soon after, such as your very own stadium and more. Managers will unlock and build their facilities through the club shop and in-game achievements. Your training centre. Following the change of training competition to academy, we are delighted to announce that we'll be launching the training facility feature. Here's how the training facility feature will initially work. You submit groups of players, player cards to your training facility. Cards in training accumulate XP more quickly than by playing in other game modes. The facility can be upgraded via the club shop to accommodate for more cards. So essentially, like, it's just going to be lineups, right? Training lineups. I think like you can update, you can buy more training lineups, like you'll put them in there and they'll actually train quicker. This is just a first step. We have plans to launch training drill items in the club shop that will cater to many different strategies. For example, if you play under 23 competitions exclusively, you may want to claim a temporary under 23 training drill that boosts a player's card XP a little bit more quickly. My concern with this is the idea that to me, it feels like Sorare is, over the next year, trying to make the game a level playing field, which is not a bad thing. I'm not concerned about that. This is what I get from this. The fact that you'll be able to train players more quickly to get a higher XP, I think Sorare are recognizing that the game could be potentially unfair for certain users if they have a 10% bonus plus 5% collection bonus, whatever, right? And other people are working on just a 5% bonus. So my concern here is, or not my concern, the way that I've processed this is that they're trying to make the game more of a level playing field. That's what I gather from this, because they want to help people train cards quicker. That it seems like they want to reward people for putting their teams in training lineups to get higher XP, and they want to make people get to max XP quicker, which will make the game a level playing field for more. And it's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's just interesting. For our initial facilities, we're taking inspiration from the biggest football games in the world, but we're always looking for new opportunities to be innovative. We will keep an eye on our community feedback for inspiration. This right here. So I feel like it's becoming a very FIFA-ish thing. Now, me coming from FIFA is probably why I don't like it, but I feel like a majority of people don't have a problem with that. Your physio center. In your physio center, you can manage your player's fitness by speeding up the fitness recovery of your player cards. Fitness is a new card bonus that is part of our larger bonus restructure, and we'll explain that in more detail below. How the fitness bonus works. With the fitness bonus, cards at full fitness will benefit from a 10% bonus applied to their game week score. Fitness bonuses range from 0 to 10%, and all player cards start with a 10% fitness bonus. A player's card bonus is only decreasing if the card is included in a game week lineup and starts or subs for their team in that particular game week. Fitness bonuses increase for any player that are not being used during a game week. So here's my concern with this straight away. So this is the big one that a lot of people are talking about right now and that people aren't a big fan of. Here is my concern straight away with that. Players like Bruno Fernandes, Joshua Kimmich, I'm trying to think of players that play every single week in, week out. Like, I don't know, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Players that are going to have Premier League or European competitions, international competitions, UEFA competitions, are going to play every single week regardless, right? Every single week. So these players are not going to have an opportunity to regain their fitness bonus without you buying a fitness bonus. It kind of ruins stacks. Not necessarily, because there are going to be, like, it depends on the stack. If you're running a Man United stack and they get to the final of the Champions League and they play, or not, actually, scrap that. I've got a brilliant example. 2 years ago, Liverpool played every single possible game they could. In a single season, they played FA Cup, they played Carabao Cup, they played Champions League to the final, and they played Premier League, got to the final, everything, played every possible game they can, right? Now, my concern is if you do have a Liverpool stack and they do the same thing and they play every single possible game they can, and let's say Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alexis McAllister and Salah play in every single possible game, you're never going to have a game week where you can rest cards fairly that you're not going to want to use. And for most people, we don't have the gallery ability to be able to rest certain players in a physio training lineup, right? Because they're our best cards. Bruno Fernandes, there aren't going to be many game weeks where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put Bruno in a training lineup to get his fitness back up. Like, that right there is my concern with this. However, the one thing obviously I'm a big fan of this. The reason why I'm a big fan of this is because it gives people with, let's say, not lesser players, whatever, but let's say someone has a strategy where they've built a stack of a team that are like 13th in the league, and they get battered most games, but they have like 3 or 4 games a season where you know they're going to batter their opponent. Those people can play it strategically to a T and get the extra 10% on all of their players and potentially smash a competition. Now, that adds a strategical level of thinking that I like. And I'm a fan of that because it adds this strategical level of thinking. I'm just concerned that there will be certain players that will be very difficult to play every week without being at a loss for points. My other concern is I feel like points are going to start getting out of hand. If we're getting an extra 10% from fitness, quicker to get 10% on season XP, and a 5% from a 5% bonus from collections, right? You're going to start having rare cards with 25% bonus, and then captains with a 45 or 50% bonus. Is this not getting it? It's going to be a bit mental, isn't it? Now, obviously, we're all going to benefit from the same boost in scores, so theoretically it doesn't really matter, but like it kind of does at the same time, because I remember when Europe started last year and PSG was smashing and Zenit was smashing and Celtic was smashing and all of these teams were absolutely smashing, right? And I remember the amount of people that lost confidence in the platform early last year because they felt they just could not win. Because consistently every week, points were at an all-time high needed to go and win rewards. Now, my concern with that is it might happen again. I wonder how much deterrence there is for people if the scores are now 550 to 600 points to win a rare competition. Because realistically, if you get a 10% fitness bonus, a 10% season bonus, and a 5% collection bonus on every single card, and like you have a lineup that gets 450 points, that team is now going to go get like nearly 600 points. Because you're getting a quarter bonus on every single card, plus the captain bonus. It could be ridiculous. Cap G70 is going to have a player at 80% XP. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. That right there, and I mean, that adds a strategy to the game, obviously, because if you captain a 100-point player, he gets 180 points. But also, that could lead to a game being, like, it could make it genuinely impossible for some people to look, not impossible, right? But, like, the way I'm looking at it here... Hang on, I'm just having a look at something real quick. I've been added in something. I'm just worried that it's going to be a deterrent more than anything if points are really, really high. Like, if you play Bruno down to 0 fitness, how much fitness will he regain? We have no idea. Absolutely no clue. But yeah, that concerns me a little bit. This is where the physio center comes into play. Managers can send their players who need a rest to the physio center to restore their fitness more quickly. Rest packs will also be available in the club shop and can be bought with coins or money. Rest packs can also be won for in-game achievements or rewards. On top of adding new gameplay strategy, the fitness bonus model will, with rest packs, benefits Sorare's long-term health and sustainability, as it offers a new revenue stream which offers a more market stability. Look, if rest packs are like £1 each and you can buy unlimited of them, I don't have a problem. My worry is that they price them irresponsibly. Like, if you price a rest pack, unless it goes from 0% to 10%, like it instantly gets your player back to 10%, you can't price it highly. You can't price it irresponsibly. And also, this is the big thing, and I worry about this for Sorare. If Sorare limit the amount of these you can buy a week, that will cripple some people. Because my biggest problem right here is that this will fuck people with lean galleries, and lean galleries is some of the most attractive ways to play Sorare for a lot of people. Yeah, that would be nice over Bet Gaming. Like, if you reach like 200 points in a comp, you get, I don't know, 500 so coins and also like 2 rest packs, something. Like, rest packs are going to need to be really common. This is the thing. Like, you're gonna need to be able to get these really easily, because if you can only buy like 3 a week from the club shop and you maybe win 1 or 2 per week as well, that's just not going to be enough. You honestly need a scenario where people can literally just buy unlimited of these and just constantly reapply them. And the good news about this is it will just generate so much money for Sorare as well. Absolutely. Let's say 100,000 users buy 1 rest pack each week. It's 100 grand if it's £1 per rest pack, you know. So that's what I hope for. Anyway, we'll see. That one could be make or break. That one could be make or break. Fitness should be on every card. Yeah. They said that fitness should be on every fitness percent should be on every single scarcity. Bonus to build winning strategies. For the 2023-24 season, we're updating our card bonus model to offer managers more control and deeper levels to strategize. On top of this, we're rebalancing card bonuses so they more accurately reflect our gameplay evolution of the last 6 months. We're strengthening our gameplay long-term sustainability, and to do this, we need to make adjustments to the model. So this is good. This effectively means no longer will you get those 12 to 15% players without having season, fitness, and collection. So this is good. Do you also get plus 10% in the Cap T40? Yes. Yes. So the new fitness bonus, as mentioned above, starting in September. So we could get a few months of it without it first, which is nice. We'll introduce a new fitness bonus as part of our card bonus rework and club facilities launch. The new fitness bonus is a basic layer of strategy for our managers when competing in game week competitions. XP. Our gameplay structure has significantly evolved since initially launching our XP bonus formula in 2019. The gameplay has greatly changed over the last 4 years, and we feel that the time is right to make tweaks to XP to improve our gameplay balance. In a nutshell, the final level of XP requirement remains the same, 24,500 points. Compared to the current formula, with the new formula, XP in the new system will simply accumulate more slowly in the initial months and will increase more quickly after a few months. So effectively, what this is saying is no longer will you get a card from an auction or from a reward, it be 5% and you be at 7, 8, 9% within like 6 weeks of playing that card. It will, I think, is going to be similar to the 90 days, where if you own a card for 90 days, XP increases quicker. I think that's what they're going to be doing, which is interesting. I quite like that, because then that then means, like, for me at least, that then means like you're rewarded if you have a card in your gallery for a while. And it also means we're not going to get those crazy high XP cards by December. Like, if you get a new season Kimmich, the way Kimmich scores, and if you can afford to buy Kimmich, you can probably afford to put him in a Smash lineup. Most people get him to like 8, 9% within, like, I don't know, 2 months. So that I don't mind. To add this update, as part of our September 2023, cards must be submitted into your training facility or competitions that reward XP to accumulate XP. Unused cards will no longer passively accumulate XP. The above changes will allow us to make key changes to our larger vision elsewhere, e.g. club facilities launch and the eventual reintroduction of our card bonuses to cap modes. We are also planning to introduce a new card XP summary that will allow you to more easily track changes to your players' XP growth at the end of each game week. New season bonus. Following community feedback, we've simplified when the new season bonuses expire for our club. New season bonuses will now expire as soon as the first game week opens, featuring the opening domestic league fixture for your players' cards club. I don't like this at all. This is an L. That's an L in my opinion. I don't like it. So my big issue with this is the fact that I've just bought a Bruno Fernandes rare on auction for 1.4 ETH, when in reality I could have then waited till the opening game. Like, the moment I can't get that XP up realistically quick enough to the point where I am going to have a reasonable XP player in the opening game of the season. People that have the first 10 cards that came out last year will have 5% or higher because they've worked up their percent, right? Whereas I am going to be at like 1% because I have a matter of about 6 weeks to try and make up that percent. That doesn't make sense to me. I like Nep's idea where 5% XP expires after 365 days of you having that card, or that card being in the game, essentially. For me, I just don't think this is a good idea, because this will put newer cards at a huge disadvantage, even more so than they already are. Like, beforehand, we just had to wait for the new mints, so the new cards will probably be minted around September, right? Now, the issue is, with that, is you used to get like a couple months of utility of that card before it lost to 5%, or even like a few weeks. Now you don't even get a game week. The moment the game week opens, you lose 5%. It goes down to 0% instantly. That I don't like that. That's an L. For example, season bonuses for the 23-24 Premier League cards will expire once the first game of the 24-25 Premier League fixture starts. We're making this change so that managers don't have a bonus advantage if a player moves to a non-licensed club, or if the relaunch of a club is delayed compared to other clubs in that league. Yeah, no, it's an L. That's an L. You're not putting the other managers at an advantage. You're putting these managers at a disadvantage. That's the problem. All card bonus updates includes a new season bonus rule change will go live in September. I don't like it. I feel like I could announce that last month. I would have probably tried to buy a different Bruno. So, like, my Bruno right now is one of my favorite cards in my gallery, just because it's a first owned Bruno, right? He's at 5%. The moment that we play our first game of the season, that goes to 0%. And my issue there is, had I have known that a while ago, right, I would have 100% tried to go and get an 8 XP card off of an auction. Or, I mean, some of these cards, for example, are going to have like way higher XP. I mean, this one's got 10.5%. This one's got 16%, 11.5%. Like, you just go to the secondary market and try and get one with a higher XP than buying it off the auction market. To me, just doesn't make sense. So I'm not a big fan of that. The collection bonus was a first step towards our wider bonus rework. We are happy with the current collection bonus and will make no changes to the collection score rules this season. To recap, here are the 4 card bonus starting in September 2023. So, New season bonus is 5%, is the immediate and temporary bonus that new cards receive every year. Is an easy concept to understand. We know that. That's fine. Fitness, 0 to 10%. Increases and decreases very slightly from game. I mean, very slightly is interesting. So, like, I'm guessing per game week, maybe it's going to be like 0.5%. I'm hoping it's like 0.1%. That would be nice. If the way they say very slightly makes me think it will be very, very slightly. Like, if my 10% Kimmich goes to 9.9%, it doesn't make a huge difference. I'm not gutted, right? And then that then means you'll get so many game weeks before it makes a noticeable difference. Realistically, that's not a huge problem. It's straightforward and can be easily managed from a game week to game week basis. So if it is very slightly, but it depends how they see very slightly versus how I see very slightly. XP are for the Sorare managers that have shown belief in a player and are rewarded for their engagement and forward thinking. It's a card bonus that managers use as a competitive advantage through deep strategic thinking. And then collection bonus of 0 to 5% rewards the collectors and diehard fans in our community. Beyond a collection bonus, we are working for collection scores to also unlock new exclusive items in the club shop, such as VIP tickets, signed jerseys, and once in a lifetime experiences. Now, this is class, but I'm thinking the first things first, right? Nepenthes is getting the LDU Keto team are going to do Nepenthes' laundry for a year. They're going to they're going to be cooking his meals and shit because he's got every 1 of 10 in rare. Like, they're going to arrive at his house and start walking his dog. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that, you know what I mean? No, but like that, I like that a lot. This is a win. If you've got like a 5% bonus, like the fact that these will be available, I think will be pretty cool. I'm a fan of that. That's really cool. So what about super rares? Will it count as 20 XP? Yes. Super rares won't change. It won't change. Maybe they should have specified that for super rares and uniques the same, but like it won't change. It'll be the exact same. So reading this now, you will be able to get 30% on a rare card. 30% on a rare card, theoretically. Granted, it won't be until the back end of the season, but like I'm thinking in March, April, May time, there'll be certain rare cards with 30% bonus as base. That's ridiculous. Super rare cap 240 won't have the scarcity bonus though, otherwise it'd be too easy. I don't know. We'll have to look. It's in the next section. But that's really interesting. So this is big. New ETH threshold and card bonuses in cap mode. Following community feedback, our new card bonus model, see above, will be introduced for all 4 above card bonuses to our cap mode. I've read that so wrong. Basically, they're adding all of that. So they're adding the new season bonus, the fitness, the XP, and the collection bonus. They're adding all of that to cap modes, as well as a captain's 20% bonus. So in order to offer all managers a fair and exciting experience and maintain our current balance, we'll be increasing the new needed points threshold from 250 points to 300 points. This new target for ETH thresholds will not make hitting the target more difficult. We have considered the impact of the 4-card bonus and the cap bonus when setting this new points threshold. Here is an example of bonuses in action from a team that recently hit the cap threshold. So they then added this. So this team got 251 points. Now, if you were to have 5.5%, 6%, 2.5%, and 7%, and 4.5% XP, 6%, 4%, 8%, 10%, 10%, and 1%, 1%, 0%, 0%, 1% collection bonus with a captain of Bow, you will get the 300 points. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going to make it harder. A lot of people are crying about this and saying it's going to make it harder. It won't. It won't make it harder. They have been incredibly generous with the XP given to these cards. Like, it's not going to make it harder at all. I don't know how it's going to work in Super Rare, because obviously they can't give us 20% in Super Rare. But the one thing that I'm looking at right now that will be huge is I think one team collection stacks will be the way forward for cap modes. I feel like that if you want to play cap modes, building a one team stack is the way forward, because you're going to get the 5% bonus from collection, right? Then if you get 10% fitness bonus, you get XP and new season bonus. Like, it's going to be so easy to get that cap. The only thing is, rewards in these competitions might be a lot harder to get, but this will be I think, a lot easier now to get 300 points if you are strategical in thinking and the way you think with your collections and stuff. Maybe I'm pulling out straws, but all fitness on that image are even. Do you think that they decrease by 2% each week potentially? Well, it said slightly decrease. I think 2% on a 10% is very, very low. I mean, very high, sorry. I'd be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked. But I mean, yeah, so this is like... It does make me think. I think the moving forward, collections would definitely be the way forward for cap modes. Maybe focus on a big scorer for captain and then build a team around it. When this all kicks in September. Doesn't midweek counter the decrease? Well, that's the issue. Like, yes, it theoretically should. But the problem is there are going to be a lot of players on the platform where they play every week. Like, and I know I'm going to name some of the best cards on the game, right? But your Bruno Fernandes's, Joshua Kimmich's, Trent's, these kind of players. These kind of players will play every game every week for their teams, and those players will be impossible to for free get their fitness back up. You'll have to buy the fitness packs. But the problem is that they're the kind of players that people love to have in their galleries. And if you have a lean gallery with those kind of players, kind of fucks you a little bit. I like that they give us real obtainable numbers. Yeah, these are absolutely fair and real obtainable numbers. Like these are absolutely. So like this is not it should be genuinely as easy. You know, as easy. More connections, a new dimension. This is amazing. This right here is unbelievable. So they're going to start making cards 3D. So you'll effectively have the face of the card and then you can flip it over with more stats. Unbelievable. Love it. Absolutely love it. Big fan. One of their best editions. I think it'll be amazing. I'm hoping that it's on every card and not just certain cards. I'm hoping there's not just special 3D certain cards. I'm hoping it's every single card. I love that though. Very cool. Big fan. We'll continue to surprise and delight our community with even more real life rewards and once in a lifetime experiences. Top collectors will soon be able to unlock VIP tickets, signed jerseys, and once in a lifetime experiences from some of their favourite clubs in the club shop. We will ramp up our special weeklies and offer more VIP tickets, jerseys, and once in a lifetime prizes. This month we'll drop a Sorare hat into the... Oh, they're dropping Sorare hats basically this month, which is cool. And then Sorare hoodies soon after. I like that they're telling us this, but a little bit more notice would be nice, because like you got to build up your bloody SO coins, you know. And we'll continue to support our community with meetups, merchandise, tickets, and jerseys. Follow #Sorare on tour to get all the updates. Thank you for being our community. Look. Oh, they're doing a Sorare data live stream next week. Oh, nice. Okay, I like that. That's very good. They're doing a Sorare data live stream. Look. To summarize, I think the fitness bonus thing, I think they like calling it fitness is a big issue for me. It just seems really FIFA-ish. Like if they called it something else and made it sound more strategical, better. But I don't think fitness is a terrible update. A lot of people think it's a terrible update. I don't think it is. I just think it's gonna be concerning for those upper echelon players. But I think that overall, I think that the fitness is actually not bad. I think what it seems to me is they are really trying to level the playing field as much as possible for everybody. That and when I say everybody, I mean everybody that knows about this. I've just seen a comment that says overwhelming for a brand new player. Realistically, most brand new players are not going to be reading the roadmap updates because they probably don't know what that even means. Most new players are probably just going to get involved, and it will take a bit of time for them to start getting to this point where you're reading the new roadmaps and you're as knowledgeable as everybody else, right? But I think the fitness bonus could be a really fun strategical way for managers to think. And also, like, it could be a case of where it helps you win rewards and stuff, but it could also fuck you out of rewards. To me, my biggest concern is I think scores are going to start becoming a little bit ridiculous. I think that if cards can get to 30%, rare cards and limited cards, these scores could be insane. Like, absolutely insane. The highest limited score we've ever seen is 565. And that was with, like, very small bonuses on all the cards. Now, if you add a 30% bonus to each of those cards, we're talking, like, nearly over 700 points. Like, like, if you see a limited lineup that gets 700 points, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You can technically get 670 points from one team now. I don't... Is the maths right on that? Because you got to include the captain bonus as well. Think about the captain bonus of 25%. So one card's going to have 55%. Like... Oh, the max is 700 points? Okay. Four players with 30%, one with 50%. Okay. Oh, is captain 20%? Okay. Well, even still, I just think that's going to be... That could be nuts. That could be absolutely nuts. No copyright music. Yeah, I can't, like... The issue with some of these streams is that the music gets copyrighted, but, like, I use non-copyright playlists. There we go. We'll just do that. Gets rid of that. Okay, beautiful. We should be okay now. I hope. Captain's 20% and 5% is already gone when you hit 10% fitness and card level. 5% is already gone when you hit 10% fitness and card level. What? It's a bit of a pisser for the folk who have tweaked their gallery to have guys that play every week. Yeah. It's a little bit I don't know. It's a little bit... I feel like my big concern... Siri, no one knows, mate. My big concern here is I feel like these are updates that I feel like were necessary, but maybe Sorare feels like are necessary. So I'm hoping that we see the update. Now, I don't think fitness is necessarily a bad thing. I just don't think it was necessary. Adding 10% to a card, I just don't see the point. Like, I literally don't understand the point. Because if you don't add fitness, like... It doesn't, like... I don't know what to say. Like if you don't add fitness, it doesn't change anything of the game. Because nobody gets the 10% bonus. Like, I understand that it generates revenue for Sorare and it makes it more sustainable, but, like, I feel like there would have been better opportunities to do that. This is my highest ever Sorare stream. How many viewers do we have? 128? I don't know. Mic is cutting out? It shouldn't be. Does the mix keep cutting out for anyone else? Is the mic cutting out? Hello? Hello? Have I dropped frames? Let's refresh the stream. It's good for you. Oh, whatever. Stupid audio. I think they need to scrap fitness. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Yeah. Building your stadium and whatnot seems pretty cool. I think my worry is that Sorare adding a paywall for something that's going to be a necessity, I'm not a fan of. They actually listen to feedback, so maybe they will. I think, like, I understand that they need to add a something that we can buy with money in the game that sort of allows them to be more sustainable and generate another revenue stream, because just cards isn't like, well, I mean, it is enough, but it isn't. I don't know, like. But my concern here is that, like, when you put something like an extra bonus, like an extra XP bonus behind a paywall, it makes the game kind of unfair at times. And I think that, like, it could be that the fitness percentage thing could become very unfair. And whether they think it's going to level the game, it could become unfair, for sure. Like, I think fitness is a great addition. Adds another aspect. Now you have to plan your SO coins or ETH to pay for the fitness pack, unless the packs are expensive. If the packs are really cheap, it's okay. Like, but the packs have to literally be like 50p. Here's why the packs have to be really cheap. Because obviously you want to get the 10% fitness bonus in Cap 240. Cap 240 Limited pays you back $5 a week. If it's more expensive to buy 5 fitness packs a week to get Cap 240 than it is to you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's, yeah, they will come as rewards, but we'll just see how that works. Like, obviously we don't know how it works yet, so we'll see how that works in terms of being able to get them. But like, if it's more expensive to buy 5 fitness packs every week than the threshold, there's no point. Thing is, the cards are valued at a certain price because they give you scores for what you pay, so it is fair and equal for everyone. This, however, is unfair because you could cop fitness all the time. Neymar staying at PSG, is that confirmed? Who's confirmed that? What did Nep say? Need to run it for the community? They don't, actually. They really don't. In fact, I would go as far as to say they absolutely do. Like they should do the absolute opposite. They should not run things through the community before they add it in. I'll be brutally honest, we don't know anything. The community don't know shit. Like, we know nothing about anything. That is the brutal honesty of it. Like, we don't have the data, the analytics, the stats. We don't have any of it. So we can't sit here and give an opinion that's fact. Like, we can sit there and we can say what we think, but like, they should never listen to what we have to say and think, okay, we're going to do that because he said it. They should take our feedback and run it against numbers and then get to an output that makes sense. But they should never just say, okay, the community don't like it, let's not add it in, because they clearly have a reason for adding it in. Like, this is why I'm not too worried about it, because I feel like they know what they're doing and they'll make it work. Yeah, there you go, Aaron. Like I said, my only main points of concern are, I worry that points could get ridiculously high, which could put people off. That's the first worry I have. That's my first worry. I think that it might put people off seeing scores that just look absolutely unattainable. You know, with 30% on rare and limited cards and whatnot, that could just be unattainable, and that I don't want people to get put off by that. That's the first main worry. The second main worry is if, like, and obviously it's not here yet, so we can't give it a valid opinion because it's not here yet. But I worry that it could be getting a little bit overwhelming for new users if we're adding in all these additional ways to play the game. Like, the game wasn't simple, but it was simple. You have cards, they get XP, and there's no way you get extra XP. Now we've added in collection, like, okay, we can get an extra 5% through collections. It's simple enough. You go and buy from the same scarcity in the same year. But now we're adding in fitness, and it's just like, it's you know, it's just more and more things. It can be a bit overwhelming. So that's another concern I have. But overall, I think it's a really good update. I think that this update doesn't coincide with their plans on onboarding new users, though. This feels like an update for us players that are like the however many players that are like hardcore players that play and have been playing for years, you know, because that's what a roadmap's for. You don't put out a roadmap for your brand new users because people aren't going to read it and understand what it means, but we do, you know. I feel like it's a cool concept for current players, might be too complex for new users. For me, the update is a W. If the fitness implementation is fair, just the new season bonus is an L for me. What's annoying is XP compounds a lot, so if you're not hitting 100s and others, then I think you'll struggle. No, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. I think, like... I mean, this, like, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, I guess. I guess it theoretically shouldn't change people's placements. Like, for example, I don't know. Game week 389, who won All-Star Limited? So this guy won All-Star Limited with 502.49 points, right? You add in the extra bonuses, like, it's not going to make this guy higher than this guy if you add in extra bonuses, realistically. Like, it's not gonna, like, we're not gonna see an increase, or like it's not gonna all of a sudden make Vudloik go higher than Rainian if they have the exact same bonuses. But if Rainian has 0% fitness on all these cards and Vudloik has 10% on all of his cards, all of a sudden this guy is gonna go first and this guy's gonna go second. But I don't think it'll work like that. I don't think there'll ever be I actually don't think there'll ever be a case where anybody has 0% fitness. I think it'll be impossible to get there. All scores will increase. Don't see the problem. The problem is, I would say most people average way less than these scores, right? Let's go down to, like, right, here we go. So top 217, top 218, 400 points or more. Now 400 points is a lot of points. And there'll be a lot of people. Hang on. Where have you seen that, so Red Hanger? So, your people that are down here in like the top 500, right? That are getting sort of top 500 and getting 300 and something points. To these guys, 500 and whatever point score might already seem unattainable. Like, I wonder if Kalama's putting his lineup in thinking this team is going to get 500 points. His team gets 376 points, he gets a tier 4 limited, tier 5 limited, whatever he gets, right? Or that's PSG fans, that's funny. Or like Giorgio Murderer. I wonder if he's putting his team in this lineup thinking this team will get 500 points this week, right? Probably not. Probably not. So all of a sudden, if that 500 point score becomes 600 points to win, I wonder if it puts off those managers thinking they already can't achieve the 500 points to win if they just give up. Oh, I'm never going to get 600 points. I can't afford all the best players in the game. I give up. Can't be asked. I'm not going to play anymore. That's my concern. Your Bruno's got 5 or 6 game weeks before this happens. Okay, that's good. 5th bullet point under the heading going long. Going long. Going long? Where's going long? Near the top? What? Refresh it? They added it later? What? There's more stuff? They just added this. They literally just added this. So this is the monthly competitions they talked about before. So, we're delighted to announce the 23-24 season launches this introduction of long-form competitions to Sorare. We'll start by introducing long-format leaderboards to Global All-Star with the goal of launching them to more existing competitions as well as some special weeklies. Starting in September, Global All-Star competitions will have 2 leaderboards, short-form and long-form. Long-form leaderboards run across 8 game weeks. For the first long-form format leaderboard, your top 4 scores only will accumulate towards your final leaderboard score. To compete in the long format leaderboard, you just need to submit a team into Global All-Star competition. We'll balance existing Global All-Star rewards across long format and short format prize pools. The long format competition will reward fewer rewards than the short format, but top performers will be rewarded with epic prizes. We'll announce the card rewards in greater details, including the exact card rewards for podium finishes ahead of the first long format competition. For special occasions, we're also adding VIP and experience rewards for top spot finishes. This worries me a little bit. Now, I like the monthly competition. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. I'm not a fan of it. There's no reason to not be a fan of it. There's absolutely no reason to not be a fan of this at all. Literally, it's passive. I'm hoping that this means that they don't overdo the long format rewards. I'm hoping it doesn't mean that they're going to take rewards out of Global All-Star to add into long format. So as long as they're adding in extra rewards and they're not taking rewards from Global All-Star, we're fine. Which I think is probably going to be the case. But what you need to realize with this Global All-Star, the long format thing, it's completely passive. You don't have to do anything, and you're not losing anything. So there's no reason to not be a fan of this. This is a win. This is absolutely a win. There's nothing wrong with this at all. And there's not like the monthly rewards. All it does is it like no, I think they'll take them from game week rewards. It doesn't seem logical though, right? Because if first place in long format gets a star rare, they're not going to take a star rare out of a weekly competition. I think so, Sorare, Josh. I just think the wording on this makes it seem like they're taking the rewards out of Global All-Star to put in there, but I don't think they will. It just seems stupid. Like, Sorare don't make stupid decisions like this. Like, that would be stupid. It feels like P7 Champs monthlies. Well, literally, if you play Global All-Star, you're going to be entering the monthly without even doing anything. Like, you're not going to have to do anything. So, like, and I'll be honest with you, I will never look at the monthly leaderboards. I will just hopefully get if I ever get a long format reward, just have one appear in my gallery and be like, shit, let's go. You know, that's the plan. Maybe they reduce the ETH from All-Star and put it in long format. Potentially, hopefully not. That, like I said, that would be stupid. It will reward fewer rewards than the short format, but top performers will be rewarded with epic prizes. Like, the fact that they're going to add VIP tickets and stuff is pretty cool. What I would imagine, it'll be kind of like Global All-Star. Sorry, it'll be kind of like the Global Cup, sorry. Which I think that's what it'll be like. If you guys remember the Global Cup, what game would we be looking at for the Global Cup? Like, if you guys remember the Global Cup, right? You would get prizes in the Global Cup for the weekly, right? But then there was an overall prize as well at the end. So like this was the Global Cup, right? Every week rewarded 3 ETH, a star limited, a National Series star, and a common star National Series, right? For first place. And then the winner got 6 ETH, a star limited, and the Zidane experience. I imagine it'll be something similar to that. Obviously not on that level, because we don't get 3 ETH for All-Star every week. But it'll be something like first place will get ETH and a star, and then an experience or a shirt or something like that, like whatever it is, and it'll work like that. That's what I imagine. I don't think they'll take rewards out of Global All-Star to fund it either, given the fact that we have 5% tax, and also now they're adding in physio packs into the store and stuff where we're going to have to buy with money. They don't need to take rewards out to fund that, because they're getting more of our money anyway. I think the long format will be easily dominated by whales in single game weeks. Little galleries can bang sometimes with a little bit of luck. But Rico, it doesn't really matter. This is the thing, right? Even if it is dominated by whales, who cares? Because realistically, we didn't have this before anyway. So like, that you're not getting fucked out of a reward if it's dominated by Wales, because you weren't getting a reward in the first place. It's literally just an added bonus, you know. If you bang in 1 week, nothing changes. Exactly, you still get that week reward that you banged. If last year, if you banged in 1 week, you got whatever you got in that reward, and that's it, right? This year, you bang in 1 week, like, oh, you might not get onto the monthly leaderboard. Oh well, it's the exact same. It's a free extra edition. Absolutely, there's nothing changing. But that then, I tell you what, actually, let me pause that so I can think. The one big thing that I'll say right now, though, right? One big thing I'll say about this right now, it further reaffirms that they want you to put all your cards into All-Star. It further reaffirms that they want you to play All-Star as the main competition. I mean, they said they're going to bring this to other regions, but like, if they wanted to push other regions, they would implement it now. They saw a slight decline in All-Star, I think. I don't know, that's speculation. But it further reaffirms that All-Star is the most important competition in their eyes that everyone should play. I wonder if they, like, in their eyes, people should always prioritize that. It feels like they're trying to focus on the long term as Sorare, which makes me feel safe. This will impact local competitions. People focusing on Challenger will focus on Challenger, etc. Regions are suffering. They are suffering. We need like them to do something to regions to like boost it a little bit. I have zero like desire to play regions unless I just have extra pieces after I've made my important lineups. Like, once I've made All-Star and Cap 270, stuff like that, then it's like, oh, I have Challenger Europe I can make. Okay, I'll do it then. Like, they need to show love to regions, man, because they are, like you say, they're dying. Regions, like, there's no incentive to play regions. I'm not saying you need an incentive, but, like, if you're going to continuously incentivize people to play global, why can't you do it for regions as well? Surely Challenger next on these updates? No. Definitely not. Like Challenger will be 4th or 5th down the line. Champion should be the next, the first that should have been shown love. Realistically, Champion Europe should be the first region shown love, because Champion Europe is the big region. Champion Europe should probably have the same rewards as All-Star, because think about the amount of people that watch football from Champion Europe. Champion Europe should be one of the most important regions, because the amount of people you bring in from teams like PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man United, fucking all these teams like Dortmund, and that should be the most important focus, because the amount of people you can bring in for it. What happens to fitness bonuses when you trade cards on the secondary market? Absolutely no idea. No clue. So yeah, they added this late, but we have caught it now. I like it. This is good. This is good. It's a reason why champ prices have declined so much. Literally, there's no reason to play Champion Europe. Maybe they don't want it to be premium, but it should be. Are we still more detailed on exactly how fitness works? Well, it doesn't come out until September, and the fact that we're still in July makes me think we'll get an update in like August about it. You know, that's what I'm thinking anyway. I wish I didn't call it fitness though. It's just too FIFA-y. I wish I didn't call it fitness. I think it's a thumbs up, Joshua. We've just got over it though, in the last hour and 3 minutes. If you'd like to go back on the stream and watch it. If anyone's getting in here late, I recommend going and watching the last hour and 3 minutes, because we've basically just gone and looked at the entirety of the update. Dan tweeted out these new features. Oh, hang on. Appreciate there's a lot to unpack here. We'll do our best to address the biggest questions next week. These new features do add on more depth to the game, but that doesn't mean overcomplicating the product in my eyes. We want to gamify the product more, and many of these new features will be familiar to gamers and football fans. Simplifying Sorare for new managers comes by improving or extending onboarding experience for managers and doing a better job at educating managers on key gameplay features. Saying all that, I totally understand the concerns, and we're also working on improving our product layout and naming structures so that Sorare's value is more easily understood to the managers. Next step is more clear. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yes, they're going to do the Sorare data podcast next week, so we should get a lot more information. A lot more information. I don't think that they're making the game more complicated. Like, here is, I think, one big misconception at the moment is people seem to think that the game is too complicated for casuals via things like this roadmap, right? Casuals aren't going to read the roadmap anyway. This makes no difference. So the new Kickoff game mode will be a easy, simple feature for casuals to use. Win. We are not casuals. We are the 1%. We are the what's the word? We're like the die-hard ultras. We're like the PSG ultras of Sorare. So this doesn't matter to us. Like, this being more complicated is probably a good thing for us. And it's not gonna, this won't deter new users. I think people seem to think that there's some way Sorare can make everything really, really consumable, and all of a sudden, bang, 1 million new users in a day. It's not how it works, and it's not how marketing works either. So the best thing Sorare can do right now is have a sustainable growth model. Are you good? Loud ass bitch. It's way better if Sorare gain 500,000 users in a year than in a month. Trust me. We want growth that's steady, that goes like that. We don't want this. And for the last 3 or 4 years, we've had booms and then dips and booms and then dips, and we don't want that. We don't want booms and dips. We want it to go like that. We want prices on Sorare not to start booming, but to gradually increase. So you see how like it boomed and then dipping. You see how prices now start to dip and they're slowly like recovering now. The trend is going like down and up again. I don't know if I'm trying to think of a good example of a player for this. Like, I'm trying to think of a player that's not like super hyped up. I mean, Bruno's one that I recently just bought. Like, let's have a look at what Bruno's price has been doing recently. I mean, this is actually probably an even better example here. Like, you see how is year to date perfect. Look at this. Look at this price. You see how it starts up here? It dipped because prices dipped like crazy over the year. You see how it's starting to recover now, and obviously the new season coming back and whatnot is also important. But like, we want this gradual growth, the gradual incline. We don't want just a boom, a dip, a boom, a dip, a boom, a dip, because that's not healthy. So I think Sorare's strategy is to get that gradual increase, and that's why the Premier League, a lot of people expected the Premier League to bring a massive boom to the platform, and they expect the Fiat wallet to bring a massive boom to the platform. And I'm sorry to tell you this right now, there won't be an increase in prices when Fiat wallet drops. There won't be a boom when Fiat wallet drops. Like, this is not me being pessimistic, this is the truth. And you need to hear this, because this is the truth. There will not be a boom or significant price increases when the Fiat wallet gets announced and gets added to the game in the next few weeks. There won't be. But what that will do is that will give people a sustainable, trustworthy way to deposit money into the game that will then allow Sorare to get gradual growth and implement marketing schemes that will reach a wider, more mainstream audience that won't be deterred by the fact that it's Ethereum in the game, or that it's NFTs. Fiat wallets for casuals? It's not. It's not for casuals. The Fiat wallet, first of all, is for everybody. But this idea that the Fiat wallet is going to start bringing in 1,000 FPL managers a day, that's not going to work. That's not how it works. That isn't how it all works. The way it works is the Fiat wallet opens the door to where it's no longer an NFT game associated with Ethereum, but it's a football platform where you just spend money. And that is a lot easier to market than an NFT game with Ethereum. And that's coming from someone that's marketed this game. I have been involved in a marketing campaign for this game already. Bruno to captain. Is it confirmed? I meant casuals that already play Sorare. Even still, that isn't. It's not gonna increase for them either. What does a Fiat wallet do? Fiat wallet allows you to spend money via card. I'll add the media back in. Allows you to spend money via card, without using Ethereum. You can just put your money from your card straight to Sorare. What the Fiat wallet does is it makes Sorare able to mainstream market this product. So beforehand, we were limited to a small group of people that know what Ethereum is or are willing to understand Ethereum, right? Now, Fiat Wallet will add a seamless way for people to be able to input money into Sorare directly from their bank. It will effectively be like going to a shop and buying a chocolate bar. Like, it'll be like going to Tesco and buying a Red Bull and you pay on card, right? Oh, tap your card, pay on card. Boom, you have the Red Bull, you've just paid with your money and it comes out of your bank, right? It will be exactly the same on Sorare. You'll be able to go out, you'll be able to click on deposit and add £20, put your long card number in, short, like your CV card, your net, like, boom, your money's in. And also withdrawing as well. You'll be able to click withdraw, click bank account, boom, your money's in your account within 50 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, whatever, right? And that allows Sorare then to market to everybody rather than just crypto nerds and people that understand crypto and people that have an open mind to learning about crypto, you know? Yes, BC, you'll be able to just withdraw straight to bank account. Withdrawing currently works with Ethereum, yes. Will fees be very high? They shouldn't be. There will be fees, but like I imagine per £100 it'll probably be like £1 or £2 or something. Have you ever withdrawn from Sorare? Because I saw that Netpea's only ever withdrew once. I've withdrew twice from Sorare, yes. I withdrew... So last year, I had intentions of buying a house, so I withdrew about 15 grand from Sorare last year, thinking that it was going to go on a house deposit, because I put an offer in for a house, but they never actually responded to my offer, so I ended up 2 months later just putting that 15 grand back into Sorare. The issue with the changes being too complex, it really isn't any different to the different elements of Ultimate Team or FIFA for the wildcard, free hit, bench boost, chips on FPL. Well, this is the thing. People seem to think that this right here is too complex, right? For new users, this is too complex. So this is why you're wrong. If you picked up a brand new game tomorrow, right, and started reading patch notes for a brand new game, you wouldn't understand a thing about it because you haven't played the game before. If I went to Diablo 4 and started reading the patch notes, I would be like reading gibberish. I'd have no idea what any of it means. It'll be the exact same for new users because patch notes and roadmaps are not made for new users. They're made for the current people to get an idea of the long term of the game. Onboarding is for new users, and that's why they need to simplify the experience for new users and onboarding for new users. So then those new users in a year from now, when the new roadmap comes out, they can read the roadmap like us and they understand how it works. Does that make sense? When I first joined the platform, or when I first started playing the platform last year, was right after roadmap update, and I didn't even read the roadmap because I didn't care because I was learning the platform as I went on, you know. It's just more they have to learn. That's not true. That isn't true. We had plenty to learn when we got involved. It's not more to learn. It's the same level of what you have to learn. It's just the game's changed. You know? Not sure if I should get lower lang as a mid or a forward. I'd say forward. It makes the game more complicated for new users. It doesn't. It doesn't. New users don't know how the game works now. So these additions don't make it more complicated. It's what I'm trying to explain. Like, if you picked up a brand new game that just had a big patch, it doesn't make the game complicated for you. It doesn't make it more complicated for you. Because your learning experience is the exact same whether it had the new updates or not, because you're learning the new game. Does that make sense? So, like, they're not going to pick up the game having already known how SO5 works and have this additional thing and be like, oh, that's way too complicated. Because it's just the game they have to learn. People are joining things like Pookie because you need to learn too much. It is true. People are not joining things like Pookie because they refuse to believe that there could be another Web3 project. That is the God's honest truth. People do not join Ultimate Champions or Pookie because they think that it would kill Sorare. In the back of their mind, they don't want to learn a brand new Web3 project because they think that there is some kind of detriment to Sorare if they go and play it. That's the God's honest truth about it. The way I learn the game will be the same as the way others learn the game. Exactly. That is the exact point. Exactly. Do you think 2024 is the year of explosion for Sorare? I don't think Sorare explodes. I think it'll be gradual. I think, like, in regards to the numbers we have now, maybe there will be an explosion. Like, I do get what you're saying. So maybe in regards to the numbers we have now, there will be an explosion, but I think it'll be like that. For me, I'm not looking for my 40 grand gallery to be worth 140 grand by the end of 2024. I will be happy if, like last year, I won 20 ETH, right? But my gallery was worth over 50 grand at the start of the year and have ended it on just over 40 grand. And with 20 ETH, let me just reply to this text real quick. With that 20 ETH, I've obviously reinvested, but like the way that some of my other cards went down, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll be happy if I can win 20 ETH again, but my gallery be worth this plus 20 ETH, you know, rather than me using the ETH I won over the year to sustain the gallery valuation, if that makes sense. No, I haven't joined Pookie because of the fitness system. They have overcomplicated things for absolutely no reason. You're just not having an open mind to it. I haven't played Pookie just because I don't have an interest in Pookie right now. But if you actually, like, if you're actually interested in it, you would learn it. The change is for everyone, not just individuals. Everyone has access to what everyone else has, but will blame the game rather than their own mistakes. True. I think we need to get away from the idea that Sorare is going to be massively. I do as well. I think it's unhealthy. I'm waiting on an email, by the way. I've still not had this email back. I'm trying to order my PCs today. 2021 was the year for Sorare exploding. True. True. Okay, that's interesting. So this is regards to unique and super rare Cap G40. Do you know why Sorare Data have Livakovic on the reserves? I don't know who to start. No idea. Ask Shaddy as well. He said in next Discord. I think had we not have had had Sorare not have called fitness, I don't think there would even, like, this would even be a debate. I think that your argument here is just because Sorare called it fitness. If it was called something else, I don't think you'd be like, oh, I didn't join Pookie because of fitness. You know? What the replies? A lot of these questions that we have will get answered as well. Man, your eyes are good. I need a telescope to read that. No, it's a lot bigger for me. Let me do that real quick. So, with the monitor's just bigger, so it's a lot bigger. But sorry about that. I'll zoom in for you. The idea of fitness is bad. The name doesn't matter. I don't agree. I simply don't agree. More importantly, how does it impact your chances in 411? Shit! I forgot about 411. All right, we're going to have to redo this. Okay, wait, no, 411's before September. We're good. 411's in August. We're okay. Don't worry about it. We're okay. We're still going to win everything in 411. Don't worry. It brings another layer to the game strategy. Absolutely. I can't believe the new season bonus literally stops first game of the season. Yeah, that's one of my biggest issues. That right there is one of my biggest issues. I want full utility from my cars. They don't need to be at a disadvantage because they are good players with midweek utility. But what if it's really easy to get physio packs? We don't know that yet. I feel like, all right, so 411's October. No, it's not. Is it? Is it actually? Holy shit. Oh my god, you're right. Shit, we're fucked. GG. I thought it was, I didn't realize it was that far away. Okay, I'm not even that excited for 411 now. I thought it was like 6 weeks away. Never mind. GG. Okay, whatever. If it is really easy, there is no need for this complication. I'll be honest with you. I think you're being lazy. Do you want the God's honest truth? The God's honest truth is I think right now you're being lazy. I think you're choosing not to understand what's right in front of you, and you're choosing to worry about something you have no control over. Like, there are definitely concerns from this roadmap, but we've not even seen what the product looks like with fitness in yet. And you're choosing to, instead of understanding how it works, like, you're choosing now to say it's just complicated, and it's not. It isn't complicated at all. We don't know how fitness is going to work yet. Did you like buying fitnesses for 1k on foot? It's not like that, though. That isn't like that at all. Tottenham Stack's going to boom. We have no midweeks. I'm buying Son right now. Son Heung-min, I'm buying him right now. Oh, someone actually has one listed. Shit, what the hell? Oh my god, someone actually bought one. In the back of my mind, you die again. What ETH? Interesting. I would have paid 1 ETH for Son Super Rare. He's listing them up for 2.2 straight away. That's funny. I could get IAK's jersey mint for less than that though. They should give him more info about like, how many so coins the packs will be. It's complicated at the moment because we don't know how it'll work yet. True, but they will give that. I think they'll give that information in like three or 4 weeks. That's a good deal for Son Super Rare. Like, it is, if you say it will be easy, there'll be no reason to add it. It'll be hard. Good players with midweeks will get worse. So the idea, like, there's a couple reasons why they're adding it. And the first and the main reason why they're adding it is because it's going to generate another revenue stream for Sorare. And their idea, so like, the truth is, right, you want the God's honest truth, right? If Sorare kept Sorare exactly the way it was, and they just sold you cards, and they relied on the game growing, and us growing the game as well, and us spending more money to generate more money, and us only winning cards, it would be a pyramid scheme. Because that is the definition of a pyramid scheme. That's what a pyramid scheme is. So they can't, they simply can't just have the platform as it is long term, because it will effectively be a pyramid scheme. The only thing that stops Sorare right now from being a pyramid scheme is the fact that they pay out ETH for threshold. So Sorare if Sorare wants to live for decades, they need to start generating revenue streams outside of just people buying cards on auction. And this is a micro baby step towards that. Like, there will be so many things in the future where they can generate more revenue streams from the platform that'll allow them to be more sustainable and grow without it just being us buying cards. You know? Sarah will have thought this through loads. I wouldn't worry. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Now, it may be a case of, in a few months' time, Sorare decide, okay, fitness is maybe not what we want going forward as this revenue stream, and it affects gameplay this way, and they say, okay, we'll scrap this idea, and we'll use idea number 2, or idea number 8, or idea number 444, because there will be a massive list of ideas they have for this. I wouldn't panic about things you have no control over right now. It's not going to kill the game, and they'll have a test period, and if it doesn't work, they'll revert it, you know? Then this is not a good addition, it's a necessary addition in your opinion. I disagree with that. Well, yeah, that's the idea. We are disagreeing. But I'm just explaining my thought process here. I wouldn't worry too much. I don't even think the fitness thing is the most concerning part of that update. No, Channy, we can't let the community decide how a fucking billion-dollar company works. No. I was enjoying this tweet until he ended it with this. Like, you can't let a community decide how an update on a billion-dollar product works. You just can't. You cannot do that. That is how a company dies tomorrow or the day after. Because we don't know what we want. We don't see the big picture, and we don't have the data, and we don't see how it works. Like, realistically, you can't have an update. You can't let the community decide anything. Amazon doesn't say, okay, what do you guys think about this? We're going to roll out Prime, but we're going to do this, all right? How do you know what I mean? Like, it's about the experts that get hired in. It's really important, and it's really like so that right there is the only issue with Channy's tweet. Now, I do agree it is gimmicky and it is very gamified, and like if it was called something different, if it worked differently, I'd agree. And I do have concerns about fitness. I think adding an extra 10% could make scores seem unattainable. You know what I mean? Like, there are different things. Like, absolutely, it could be a bad update, but it's not something I'm particularly worried about because I do feel like they've done their research and due diligence. Everyone's selfish to make decisions based on our gallery. Channy's got a slim gallery, so fitness hurts him. Absolutely. I think fitness has been introduced to justify moving threshold from 250 to 300. I don't think they move threshold. Well, I think they move threshold because they add percentage bonuses in. They could have just left threshold the way it was and not changed it. I feel like changing threshold this way actually gives people a little bit more control on how they get the threshold. Or not control, but a little bit more, like, if you're smart, for example, you can get the threshold easier. Now we have a 20% captain and XP. Because if you have, like, previously, right? I mean, if we look at some of my old threshold teams, if with a strategical captain's choice, I think I didn't have a cap 240 here. Did I cap 240 here? I did, and I got it as well. So, like, that right there, this team would have got the 300 points with a percentage bonus, right? Even without the super rare bonus, just with percentage bonus. I think threshold is easier now because realistically, I would not have captained Douglas Vieira. I would have captained Robin Proper here, right? Robin Proper, I knew was going to be the highest scorer in this team. There was no unexpected scores here. I didn't expect the clean sheet. This wasn't an unexpected game week, right? I would have captained Robin Proper, and I also have a bit of a 20 bonus with the XP. Like, this would have benefited me, even though I did get it. Like, if I was like at 1 point out of it, it would have benefited me being able to captain Proper because I knew he was gonna score the best, and I think that it adds a level of strategy to getting the threshold as well. Hey, congrats, Rising Rashi. People love to complain and disagree. The update is amazing from top to bottom. There are concerns. I would be lying if I said there weren't small concerns here and there. Like, there are small concerns that I have, but I'm not sat here panicking, worrying, and selling my fucking gallery over an update that we don't have the full story to anyway. Like, we literally don't have the full picture yet. So it's like, it's hard to sit here and have concerns right now when in reality, like, there's so much left yet before we know all the information. You know what I mean? What are my concerns? So my immediate concern is with points getting so ridiculous. I know everyone's points is going to go really high, but like, this is the thing, as long-term so rare managers, we have this thing distilled into the back of our brain with points, right? Like, with points, 400 points and higher seems like a lot of points to me. 500 points seems unattainable most of the time. I've only ever hit 500 points twice in my entire life, and it seems unattainable. But 500 points could start to be tier 1s. With people that get the 10% season bonus, 5% season bonus, 10% card bonus, 10% fitness and 5% collection, like 500 points could become the new tier 1. And granted, my 400 point teams could be pushed way higher in terms of points, but it's that back of the mind thing of feeling like it's never attainable that might put people off the game. That's my first issue. My second issue is players losing the 5% season XP when the first game week opens of the next season. Because there is that, then to me means there is absolutely 0 point in buying any card from the auction right now other than America cards. Because if we look at like super rares, for example, I'd love to go and get Manfred Sakaria. The moment Austria opens, he loses 5% instantly. And it's like, to me, now it just puts me off completely going and buying this card. Because I don't want to lose 5%. I would rather like buy a card, add ETH, and buy a card from a secondary manager that already has the season bonus and that isn't going to lose it this year, you know? Yeah, Josh, that's what I mean. That's my concern. This is only a matter of perception. Absolutely. I think it will take longer than a couple of weeks to adapt, though. I think it could take years to adapt for some people. Like, I am still stuck in the mindset that 370 points should realistically get like a tier... Like 370 points should get a tier 5, realistically. No, it shouldn't. That's 370 points isn't a lot of points, but when I first joined the platform, 370 points was like you were comfortable in rewards most of the time in most divisions that weren't rare pro, you know. No, I know it does, Ziki Zaki. I mean, like, this time next year. I'm thinking long term. So this time next year, in a week's time, this card loses 5% bonus, and it effectively means that the Sorare can't auction cards to back end of the season. There's no point, especially in rare specifically. Hang on, I need to take this call, boys. Back in 1 sec. We'll be back in a minute, guys. Sorry, I'm back, boys. What was I talking about? I'm a new player, but for me, the updates they have done, I've been playing since the start of the year, but overall good. Improvements to the game, in my opinion. Channy said, bonuses are becoming a too big a part of the actual score from a player, in my opinion. It should never be above 15% for any player with full XP and collection bonus. If we push that to 20-25%, it just feels like the scores are artificial and have less to do with what happens on the pitch. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair opinion to have, to be fair. I do get where he's coming from. I think that's a fucking stupid tweet. I agree with what he's saying to an extent. I think this doesn't change a huge amount though. Like, it's the exact same with the extra percentage it would have been. If your player scores 80, he's scored 80 with a 20% bonus or a 10% bonus. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's the exact same score. Like, you're still competing. This is what I always say. Percentage bonuses are important, but ultimately you need to outscore your opponents to win. And the way I look at it, like from a game week 3-6-1 perspective, for example, right? This is when I won All-Star Rare Pro. Like, my 2 super rares scored 192.2. So already it's really difficult to beat this score unless you need your super rares to outscore my super rares initially, regardless of the other 3 rares. And whether that's a 31% bonus or a 41% bonus now, it doesn't change the fact that you still need your super rares to outscore my super rares to win. Or you have 2 of your rares score so ridiculously well, or 3 of your rares score so ridiculously well, it balances out. Ultimately, you still need to beat the base scores though. So I don't think it makes a huge difference adding in extra XP. It's just, for me, it's like I said, it's the psychological effect. Adds an element of preparation and long-term approach has been a part of Sorare. If not, anyone can go to the top right away and have certain players. Have the same players as people 5 years in. That's true. Does not hurt people with small cap T40 galleries unless the boosts for fitness are way easy to obtain. Yeah, we'll have to see. New bonuses give you more to do on the website, which is good. It gets to a point where even if all your players score 100, someone whose players scored 90s will be ahead of you because of fitness and collection and season bonus. So you're not understanding, Jonathan. Like, you're going to have the exact same opportunity as he is. Like, collection bonus, if you got, like, that's out the window. We don't care, because if you can't afford to buy all the players from that collection, it doesn't matter anyway, right? But your fitness points and their fitness points will be the same. It's only if you play your players and don't buy fitness cards, which fitness cards should realistically be available pretty easily. I would imagine that they are very easily obtainable. Like, they wouldn't bring this out if and make fitness cards unobtainable, right? So straight away, like, that's a no issue, you know. Someone with 90 points isn't going to outscore you unless you have got literally 0 fitness percent, 0 fucking collection bonus percent, and 0 everything else percent, you know? But that's not going to be the case. Like, thinking of it from, like, such an extreme perspective, that's never going to happen is why you're hating the update. Ollie said, fitness applies the same to everyone. My only problem with it is it makes new season collection bonuses less important, which they have previously tried to make seem important. I agree with that. That's true. Fitness screams like pay to win. We shouldn't have to pay to use our cards to full utility. Well, so from what it sounds like is that you can gain fitness back anyway by just not playing your cards. So if you have, for example, if your player's got a game week in 309, or sorry, 409 and 411, right? But it doesn't have a game week in 410. It should regenerate fitness in 410, right? So theoretically, for most players that don't have midweeks, it should be easy to keep fitness at 10%. And they also said that fitness will go down very slowly. Yeah, so you have to do something seriously wrong to have 0% fitness bonus. But this is the thing, right? It's like, if you look at it from a different perspective, collection is pay to win. You literally have to pay to get your card an extra 5% for collection bonuses. Like, that's pay to win as well. My Liverpool stack who played 5 midweeks will have 10% less than other teams who don't play midweeks, but that's not true. Like, you can't make things up and say it like it's gospel. You can't make shit up and just say that is the fact. You know what I mean? Like, you said a Liverpool stack that plays 5 midweeks will have 10% less than other. That's not true though. Because you have no idea how slowly XP goes down. What if it's 0.1% per game week? And your 5 midweeks in a row is 0.5% down? Yeah, there will be midweeks where Liverpool gain back fitness. They're not going to play every single game week. We have no idea how the rest packs will work either. No, absolutely not. I think collection and fitness should have the same percentage. Yeah, I think 5% for fitness would have been a bit better in my opinion, but I mean that's been said now. Depends how fitness depletes. If it's -2 for use and +1 for rest, it matters. I don't think they'd do that though. Like, I don't think that they would ever put anyone in a scenario that can't afford to buy rest packs where they have to rest their cards for 2 weeks in a row to gain back what they just used. Like, they're not idiots, you know, they're not stupid. Hey, if I might be made to eat my words in the future, but I don't think they're idiots. I don't think they'd do that, you know, because that just seems illogical. You'll have to watch the whole stream back, Dream Apart. 1% every use makes sense in my opinion. No, it doesn't make sense. I mean, their literal words were 1% every use makes no sense. Hang on. Blue spider on me or something. me find the exact wording. Where's the exact wording for it? Does anyone know? There was an exact wording where it says very slightly. But they called the fitness thing a future additional revenue stream. Absolutely. They want to use cards. Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's no doubt about that. There will be, like, it will be optimal to buy cards for sure. I'm going to make a tweet real quick. There we go. I'm just going to put that out real quick. This is where having multiple collections to rotate between will be good. I mean, there's no hiding that Sorare have been trying to push us in a direction where we have multiple players, multiple collections, and more players. Like, they want us to buy more players. There's no doubt about that. This is another step in them slowly pushing us to buying more players and having more collections and things like that. Like, 100%. 100%. There was wording, and I can't find it, but there was wording where it said literally like a player will use a very small amount, essentially, or something like that. I can't find it. I want to find the exact wording because it made me feel a bit more confident. Is it here? Increases and decreases very slightly from game week. That saying very slightly is what gives me a bit more confidence. Sorare focusing their game for Wales doesn't really help them. It's onboarding and making it best for new players. Sorare wouldn't butcher their game for new players. Would be very stupid in my opinion. No, 100%. We don't lose season bonus for the first few game weeks. No, we don't. It's September the update goes live. Also, you won't be able to have multiple versions of the same player as it will have the collection bonus. It won't have the collection bonus. That's true. I don't think you should be punished for using your cards every game week. We own and bought the cards. I would imagine that you'll get fitness packs like you get SO coins. I don't want to hate fitness too much, but it looks so bad. I would wait before you make a full opinion on fitness. I would wait. Because ultimately, we don't have all the facts or all the information yet. So you think they'll split the percentage loss to 0.1? I think it'll be 0.5/1 for every use. Do you think very slightly equals 10%? You think that we will lose 10% of our fitness, of our 10% of our 10% every week? Because 1% is 10% of the 10%. If that makes sense. That probably didn't come out. If the changes are too small, then I question the point of adding it. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I think it'd be 0.5. I think it'd be 0.5 to be fair. I hope it's 0.1, but I think it'd be 0.5. I have a DM. Oh, it's from Tony. Tony wants me to have a look at his gallery. I'm actually down. Crazy, everything is so good and on point that people have to decide to focus on one bad thing and complain. It's like, I understand it, and I understand the concerns. Like, I think... So, I used to be a warrior, and everything would worry me, right? Everything used to scare the shit out of me. I used to be really scared about... Like the dentist would send me into panic mode. I'll tell you a perfect example of this in a second, right? So I used to be an absolute warrior until I've like taught myself over the years and learned that like you can't worry about things that you have no control over. And so this update people are worrying about the fitness bonus too much. We don't even know how it works yet. We literally just know the basic fundamentals. We don't know how much percentage we lose, how to get it back, how much it will cost for a fitness pack, if your players will be unplayable against other players. You know what I mean? We know nothing. So there's no point getting worked up and getting worried about it now, when in reality, like, in a week's time when we get the Sorare data podcast, it may get explained in a way that works out perfectly. It may literally say like, oh, you will lose 0.5%, and then a week later you get 0.5% back, or you'll lose 0.5% and your fitness pack, every fitness pack is 0.5% and it costs 50p or 20p, you know, like that also could be a thing. So there were times where during each update we're scaling them removing ETH rewards, literally, yeah. So like, there's nothing, like, these things are not in our control. There's no point in us worrying about this now. They've given us a small outline of what's to come. And us worrying about this now is going to create long-term panic across the entire platform anyway. We need to relax and wait until we find out more information. A perfect example, like, you want a personal example for me. For those that were here at the start of the stream, I said I'd get a phone call from my dad. My stepmom has had a serious medical scare today. My stepmom is like my second mum, right? She's my dad's partner. Like, she's a big part of my life. And we thought she had a stroke this morning. And my dad just rang me 10 minutes ago to say she was probably minutes away from dying this morning. If my dad didn't get there and call the ambulance when he did, she was probably minutes away from dying. Now they've rushed her to hospital. She might have a bleed on the brain. It could be a brain aneurysm, anything. We don't know. Now, deep down, I'm fucking shitting myself, but I've taught myself that worrying about this, of something that's not in my control, is pointless. I'm going to sit here and ruin my entire day worrying about something that's out of my control. It's like, it makes your life worse for something that you don't know how it's gonna come out, right? So it's like, if I sit here and I worry about the worst case scenario all day, and it turns out tomorrow that actually she's gonna make a full recovery, like, I've sat there and I've worried all day and I've made myself sick and mentally I've fucked myself over, right? Like, for nothing. Because tomorrow it could be okay, and tomorrow if it gets worse, then I've got to tackle that, you know? Like, you just got to take it day by day, and you got, like, you can't worry about things that are out of your control. That's ultimately, like, and that's advice I would give to people in life, you know? So we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. And I know that's a very personal I know it's a very personal example of you know, of a so rare thing, right? But you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, so yeah, exactly, Cuffed. I appreciate the kind words as well, boys. I do. So I might get another phone call during the stream, or I might get one after or whatnot, so I'm just waiting on that. So, and then, like, yeah, we'll see what happens. That being said, let's see what Kevin P said. I don't get what this guy's saying, to be honest. I don't think he realizes that a roadmap's not made for mass adoption users to digest. Kind of not how it works. Thank you, I appreciate it, guys. It was a very personal thing, just to link to Sorare, right? But yeah, it's just like a random example. Excuse me, I'm doing good. Like I said, I've taught myself to not worry myself sick about things. So I've kind of like adopted that mantra. I'm doing good. So we'll see what happens. I won't be doing good if Doku goes to flipping Aston Villa. Al Nassr have submitted 43 million euros bid for Moussa Diaby. Discussions now ongoing over payment plan and final structure with Leverkusen. Aston Villa remain in the race after a new proposal. Still hopeful on the player side. Interesting. Keeps our Doku safe. Yeah, please don't go for Doku. So Sorare no longer needs new participants? Well, that's not true. with the 3D cards coming, I guess new season cards will be fire. Oh, they should be amazing. I'm really excited. Let me see what this thread's saying. I feel like there's another attempt. Oh yeah, I mean they literally said that in the patch notes there. I think the fact they called it fitness was a huge issue. I think them actually calling it fitness is an issue. Global All-Star, yeah, it just means All-Star competitions, yeah. What's the one I was gonna look for? Wait, I don't follow Sarah Monkey in this account. What the hell? Change that real quick. I'm not going to post that, actually. I was going to post that. I'll post that later. Yeah, Sorare Burn is spot on there. He's spot on. What else could you call it, though? I don't know. They have geniuses, right? Like, ignore the whole concept of the fact that it's fitness and it's just an extra percentage, right? So, you could call it... I'm sure we'd moan whatever, but like, what if it was like, what if it's nothing to do with that? What if they didn't gimmicky it at all? Like the collection bonus seems classy. Collection bonus. Fitness bonus doesn't, you know? Do you think my second Bundesliga players will lose their season bonus as Sorare announced in 2 weeks? It'll be September when the cars lose their bonuses. AJ Romero is spot on, to be fair. He is spot on with that, I can't lie. He's spot on with that. Alright. Right, so what else are my concerns? So a few more weeks where I actually stand a chance in Cap 240 Rare. it needs to be something detrimental sounding, like a sell the coins. Maybe a utilization bonus. Something like that, yeah. Are they out of the merch shop and didn't do fitness at all? What are my other concerns? Will there be transfer windows? What do you mean? Mane to Al Nassr? Really? I quite like that. I quite like that. Where do I see Aston Villa finishing? I think top 7, top 8, definitely. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how they start the season first, though. I think Europe could be detrimental to them. Like, you know, it's always a struggle when teams first get into Europe. Fatigue deduction. That then those like players get rest. This is the thing. I wish they took away entirely from the whole fitness thing, because like Kimmich plays on a Saturday and gets 4 days rest before he plays on a Wednesday. So like he isn't losing fitness in that regard. I think the whole fitness, like the name of it is just silly. Isn't too many concerns outside of those. The points issue? Yeah, that's fitness bonus can make score seem unattainable psychologically. There you go. I think that's probably fair enough, right? Overall, I think the overall roadmap update is a big win. Only concerns: fitness bonus could make point score seem unattainable psychologically, and players losing 5% on first game week seems silly. Why would anyone bid on an auction weeks before the new season when their card will lose 5%? I think it would have been perfect timing. Perfect roadmap if it wasn't for fitness. I think the threshold is perfect. The thing is, though, is that the whole threshold thing is actually contingent on fitness. If you took, like, let's look at the graph they put in, right? So fitness 6%, 4%, 8%, 10%, 10%. You take out fitness and they don't reach 300 points. That's the thing. And I think they've been pretty fair with their fitness here as well. But if you take the fitness points out of this, like, they don't reach the 300 point threshold. So that's why I think like it's actually necessary. They can't change the cap 240 mode without fitness. Yeah, maybe real knows, but like, what's the point in having a 5% collection bonus if your card's only going to have 5%? Like, that doesn't actually give you any kind of advantage. And then you've got to play an entire season, especially with the fact that they're changing the way that XP works, so that it's slower in the first 3 months and quicker after. Then you've got to play 3 months at a disadvantage, when in reality you could start a new collection with the new cards that come out anyway. And, you know what I mean? Then you've got greater chance of collection. Leave it at 250 even with the fitness. Yeah, just give out free money. Need you, no matter what I do, crazy over you. Like, this I agree with. This I agree with as well. Is if they make fitness too expensive, that's a concern. But there's new Sorare data UI. Wait, is there? Oh, shit! Sorare data making moves. They got new buttons and shit. Damn. They got new buttons and shit, chat. Did I put Bruno into a fucking trainer lap? I didn't that week, did I? Please say I put him into a new one. Upcoming. Is Bruno in training lap? I need to start training. Bruno should be my first priority in training. No. Right, Fred, I don't need to train you right now, buddy. Bruno Fernandes. We need to start training Bruno. It's essential, chat. I'm also going to start buying... Now I'm going to start buying Man United players for my Man United collection. Because I'm a little degen and I want Bruno to get a better percent. Who's cheap? Realistically. I see what you mean. Does it make sense to get playable players before the new season? The only cheap one... only cheap ones with the purpose of completely collections. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah. The goal is to maintain product quality level high, so it is to incentivize users to make a step forward and not a step back. Expect some changes with this philosophy in mind. Okay, Sorare is making me excited. Sorare, that makes me very excited. This is what we've needed for a while. If they're referring to regions getting a prize buff, please. That's so necessary, though. And that also helps massively as well. I'm going to delete this tweet and repost it later because I'm going to get sandwiched in between two tweets, so people aren't going to see it. I'll post the same thing later on. I might not be playing music this whole time. Oh my god. I need a non-copyright music playlist. Oh, I've got add music credits. Yeah, fuck that. I want this video. I want this one to be a video, so I'll just play without music then. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at Man United collections. What it define cheap? Sorare needs a pay rise. Well, none of these really look that cheap. I wanted to go on here and go to the auction market and see if there's any rare Man United cards that I could put bids on. I would like to get a nice Man United collection going. My only issue is I'll never be able to get Onana in the collection, which is annoying, but I want one from this season, realistically, the launch edition. I just think it's pretty cool. How much does Harry Maguire sell for these days? Oh mate, the new UI looks gorgeous. How much is a cheap Maguire? Like £59? Doesn't look likely to be 0.1%. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sir Hiss. See if Sir Hiss will take like £30 plus a couple of shit cards for Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. We're gonna get rid of. See what he offers back. Am I thinking about buying a unique card this season? I am, but not yet. I think I'll buy a unique card like probably if I was to buy a unique card, it'd probably be like after a few rewards with the super rares if we're able to make that happen. Right, what do we have then? Do you have any ending soon? I love you. I need you. Know that I love you. All right. Let me. I got paid a bit more than I thought I was gonna get paid for a brand deal. I didn't quite. I will have to close the screen down just so. I'm gonna have to close the screen down, right? Just because it's gonna show my American Express details, and I can't really. Oh, it doesn't actually. Well, kind of does. I got paid a bit more than I was expecting, so I'm going to spend a little bit of money on a few Man United auctions for my Man United collection. All right, don't judge. Don't judge me. Oh, it does. I'm so glad that I'm not showing my screen right now. In fact, what I'll do is I'll do this. We'll go full face cam real quick. We're gonna go with sorry, I can't show it because it asked me to confirm every detail, every purchase. Sorry, and it's like I can't show it. It's your money, spend it how you want. There's not. So it's gonna be like probably the last money I put on Sorare for a little while, but I'm gonna be using like house money from now on, I think. As in like money I get from rewards and stuff like that from now on. Because I still have ETH in the wallet as well. We can see your screen, just kidding. You can actually see my watch though. Luckily there's nothing on there that's important, but know that I want you. I do need you. I know a Nigerian prince. I need some financial help. Oh, please send him my way. I'm desperate. All right, we'll put bids on for these cards and then probably call it there. Okay, I don't need to do any more than that, I think. I'm not looking for a 5% bonus right now. I don't mind getting like a smaller percentage. I'm not going to go and buy Rashford, for example. I'll wait to see how much Prem ones will be. I'm hoping to get a full Villa team and get my first rare player. Hell yeah, dude. Up to Villa. Villa could do well this season, man. So I put bids on for Anthony, Eriksson, Lindelof, Malacia, and Casemiro. And then we'll also look at... I mean, I did put a bid on Sir Hiss, but I think he's going to reject anyway. He just hasn't even responded. I broke the bot. But did I put a bid on the Maguire? No, I didn't. Oh, fuck, hang on. I put a bid on for Maguire as well. Oh. Maguire is going for about 60. Oh, it's got a notification. I thought I was getting outbid already, but I'm not. I thought I was getting outbid already, but I'm not. It's just, yeah. He did reply? No. Wait, what? So I just didn't work with Super Rares? I didn't do it with Super Rares. I did it with Rare only. Alright, there we go. There we go. I put a bid on Maguire as well. Sancho, I don't really want. Rashford, I would love, but like he's out of my budget at the moment. And then we're gonna have a look at any of the ones that are on the market at the moment and see if there are any other cards on the market. I mean, to be honest, I kind of wouldn't mind picking up Tom Heaton for that much. I think if we get Onana. Maybe not. I'm thinking about from SO5 perspective now what makes sense to buy. From an SO5 perspective, I don't know which cards make the most sense to pick up. I kind of really want to get a rookie card, Garnacho. Like, just because it's a gorgeous fucking card. Yeah, Alessandro Martinez makes sense, but how much is he? Leach is £400 now? Jesus Christ. Dallo makes sense. Dallo and Varane both make a lot of sense from a price perspective. I would love to get a Garnacho. It's a shame that there's no bots or Pavel with a Garnacho. That's the only issue. No one has a Garnacho that, like, because I have £220 on the wallet at the moment. You think Dallo, Varane, and Mount look like better options? The card design's sick. Oh, it's gorgeous. I don't know how I'd get it though. I'd have to sell something, I think. What I'll do is, I think what makes the most sense from an SO5 perspective. Oh, Palistri would make a lot of sense as well, because if he goes to 20, it'd be nice to have that card. Martial would make sense as well. Fuck it. I think. Let me see if I can get these 3 cards for a decent price off secondary. How much is Dallo? Dallo's my first choice because I think Dallo could actually get nice scores. Let me offer someone 90 quid. I'll offer this guy 90 quid for Dallo. Did he win him? He won it as a reward, so he might take a bit less. Let me start at 85 and just see what he says. I don't expect him to accept it. I think he'll counter. But it makes sense, I think, from an SO5 POV, Dallo will score nicely. And then Martial, I think, makes sense from an SO5 perspective as well. I actually think Martial will get a good amount of game time next season if he stays fit. Like, I actually expect him to. Because if we get Rasmus Højlund, it'll just be him and Højlund. And if he stays fit, he can score goals. That's not a bad shout, Jasper. Dallo makes a lot of sense, though. Maybe Martial, not yet. Why am I not going for the Dallo with more XP? Mainly because this guy is put him up. So this guy is got him as a reward. I think 85 is a block incoming. It's not. This card's sold at 95. I think maybe it is. If it is, then rip me. But usually, I mean, if he's anything like me, if he wins a card as a reward, I don't think he'd care too much. What's Varane selling for as well? Because I just saw Tofton has one. Let me see if I can squeeze Tofton. 80 quid floor, selling at like 68. Let me see if Tofton... Wait, did Tofton win it? Let me see if Tofton won this card. Or if it's... He won as a reward 3 months ago. Because it's Tofton... Wait, what's the floor? Floor is 80. And he sold... Last sale at 68. Tofton, are you in the stream? The only issue is Varane's not that great of a scorer for United. That's my only concern. How you doing, mate? What's up, man? I think Elanga looks to be leaving. Could be a decent pickup. Could be alright, yeah. Could be decent. I wish Varane was a better scorer, though, for United. He won as a reward as well, more XP. Yeah. Varane is just a cap mode player, really? You're not wrong. You are not wrong at all. I'd love to try and get a Garnacho. 0.2. I'd need to sell something in my gallery to free up 0.2 ETH. I've got to figure out what I sell. Garnacho is definitely a card that I just want to have. Don't even care about... Okay, he's going to be a bench player next year, realistically. I just want to have the card. I'm trying to think of cards that I can sell. Like, realistically, cards I can sell. If I didn't buy bloody Munoz and Heynen, nah. Can't think like that. No matter what I do. Actually, do you know what? Why have I still got... Why have I got Miles Robinson? I've just clocked. Why have I got Miles Robinson in the gallery? Floor is at 537. Has he sold recently? No, he hasn't sold in ages. I literally never put this card into a lineup. I wonder if Basil will offer me something for Miles Robinson. Sell Vita and buy a full collection. No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Level 20 Mbappe is kind of cool, I can't lie. Let me see if Basil will make me a fair offer for Miles Robinson. If I had to say how much I think Miles Robinson's worth, I would say it's like a 0.2.5, maybe 0.3. Super as a Basil is usually a no-go. Maybe not. I don't think Miles Robinson's worth a lot, though. You see what he says. I mean, there's no harm in looking. I'm scared. Cap mode will be more difficult. So, to be fair, Raphael's not a bad... Varane's not a bad shout, then. Oh, he just didn't want... Yeah, to be fair, he just doesn't want to buy it. It's not a very liquid card, to be fair, so I don't blame him for not wanting to buy it. I wonder where Dave ends up. Probably Saudi, right? Right, let me just list up Miles Robinson. His floor at the moment is 0.3. I'm going to list mine up for 0.2. I don't think this card's worth much more than that, to be honest. Yeah, it's a bot someone made, yeah. There is a new roadmap update. If you want to watch back the stream, we talked about it at the start. I'm just thinking, I don't think there's any rares I can realistically sell. Unless I just, like... I could just try and dump all the rares that I literally am not going to use. I should probably order some food soon as well. I'm starving. There we go. Any rares I can get rid of. Ruv makes offers as well. I think you have to send 2 cards to Ruv, though, if I'm not mistaken. To be honest, Strafezza is a card I might get rid of. I don't need Strafezza in my gallery. Strafezza and Damari Gray, if I've still got Damari Gray somewhere. Yeah, Damari Gray's still there. 2 cards I really don't need at the moment. And Ozcan. Ozcan's another one. Yasin Ozcan. I know this card's worth about 30 quid. 50 quid. So I'll list him up for 45 quid. Try and free up some money. Then Damari Gray is a card that will probably sell relatively easily, I reckon. Don't need to Basil this card, do I? Last sold an auction for 46. Floor's 55. Let me do it for like 47. I bought it for 1 game week. That's terrible from me. Buying cards for 1 game week's never a good idea. You excited for game week 395? Ooh, what do we have playing in 395? Oh, wait. How do I... Oh, builder. Ooh. Interesting. 395. I love you. I need you. You know that I love you. I do need you. Huh. I don't have as much as I thought. I got a little bit, though. Should be alright. Could probably make a challenge of Europe rare side, couldn't we? I could probably pretty much run Mignolet, Mignolet, something like this. I could probably run that realistically. That would actually probably be pretty nice. Then we'd have All-Star Rare Pro, All-Star Rare. No, All-Star Rare would be different because I don't have a senior anymore. All-Star Rare. All-Star Rare. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Gerson Naboa. There you go. I am scared. Cap mode will be more difficult, especially for me now in Super Rare, as I can't afford collection bonuses. I don't have too many players to rotate them because of fitness. Have I got the 20 boys landed for 392? I think so. I think so. I'm kind of waiting to see if, like, more games get added. Apparently Galatasaray play as well. Don't know how that's going to work. Alright, you've been listed up. You just made the list! Strefeza is an interesting one. I just wonder if Gabriel Strefeza moves to a different club. He is way better than Lecce. But he's also just a card I don't want in my gallery because I have no need for it. Did he move to Turkey? Wouldn't mind if he went to Turkey. Fiorentina. Get to have a game, but it's not on Sorare, unfortunately. Yeah, it might be limited. It might be limited. What do you call it? Limited. Limited coverage. Sorry, limited coverage. Late Dooney's another one. That's interesting. So Strefeza, 142 quid. I'm going to sell it. List him up for 140 quid. Fiorentina going to loan in Arthur from Juve. And loan out Arthur Cabral to Juve. That's hilarious. A lot of people have said Late Dooney's a decent player, but my concern with someone like Late Dooney's, I have nowhere to play this card. It's a £30 card as well. He's had a couple of decent scores. I just don't have anywhere to play him. Apart from, like, random games for Tunisia, which I can't really plan ahead for. So it's like, I might not list him up yet, though. I might hold him for now. Oiwa. Is it time for Oiwa to go? What's he worth now? £2.39? Shit, dude. What a baller. What a baller. Or Ben Khalifa. Is it time for Ben Khalifa to go? Probably not. For £2, I don't see a point in selling it. Schaefer's an interesting one. He's no longer under 23 though, so I doubt he's worth that much anymore. If he can get to fitness, it'd be good. Last one sold for 20 quid. Fucking hell. I'll keep him for that. Quite happy to get a DMP goalie for 9 quid. Leyduni's not listed as a starter. Shit. What about where's Onion Berlin? No, neither is Schaefer. It's tough. Alright, I think I've just gone through every rare I have. And then Dylan Nealis I'd like to get rid of. I might see if I can get Bellona him. Let me see if I can get the bot to snipe it. How would you even tell that this is an Inter Miami card? There's no way of knowing. What are your thoughts on offloading like deadwood cards? Like, do you normally just cut your losses, or do you try and stick and hold on cards? Most of the time I try and cut my losses, to be honest. Some cards are just not sellable though. Like, some cards are literally just not liquid. But like, I don't mind taking hits on cards just to get rid of them. I have no issue doing that shit. I think that sometimes it is important just to get rid of a card to get a new card in. So yeah. See if Basil's got any Man United players in his gallery. He's got De Gea, he's got Scott McSauce bag. Maybe I try and get Scott McSauce because he could be going somewhere. I love you. I need you. You know that I love you. I do need you. Where did he get it from? Okay. Do we bring in Scott McSauce as well? Is that one we bring in potentially? Yeah, Sorare Data's had a small update yet. Where's that Dylan Nealis? Let me see if he'll take Nealis off my hands for him. Let me see if he'll do a straight swap for Nealis for McTominay. Please. Take that Dylan Nealis off my hands. It was a terrible purchase and it didn't work out. They happen. I like this tweet from Tony. Sent me a counter offer. He wants 38 quid on top. On top of Dylan Nealis? You think about Milo Kirkes? Wait, what's Nealis up for? Let me see if he'll do this. Dylan Nealis and Leyduni. Let me see if he'll accept that. Just so I don't have to spend more ETH. I'm trying to build an ETH balance. I want to buy Garnacho. Okay, for Sarah, stay for the singing. Thank you. Very much, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I should probably add music, but the issue is it getting copyrighted. Sent me a counter offer. What? Let's not take the piss here. Alright, you can have Oiwa. And you can have, who else can you have? You can have Oiwa and Kim Lee Kwan. How about that? You can have that, Basilbot. There you go. You're welcome. Buy yourself a house. Buy your whole family houses. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, fingers crossed. Now, we'll have some nice Man United collections soon as well. WJ Rodvid.
Playing hard for you and hey, what's up, Julie? This is Julio Rodriguez from the Seattle Mariners. I just want to congratulate you because I saw that you won my unique card auction for this season in Sorare MLB. Card that nobody else has in the world, and all I want to say that I hope you keep me close. I'm gonna keep playing hard for you, and let's put up some numbers. Let's get it, baby. Hey, what's up, Julie? This is Julio Rodriguez from the Seattle.
That's very cool. That's very cool. All right, Basilbot, you're starting to piss me off now, mate. I'll give you 7 quid. How about that? I'll give you those and 7 quid. That's my best offer. Don't tell him that, though. Oh, no. It's not good. He broke bones in his hand. Christ. Do you think it's more important for Sorare, Salah, or Theo Hernandez? Salah. Nealis is an interesting card. Yeah, it's just like... He's just not a very liquid card. That's the problem. And he's been injured for so long. And it's like, yeah, he might come back from injury soon. He might not. I have no idea. He can score pretty decently. I bought him for 1 week of cap mode and he didn't even play. I'd rather just get rid of him. I'm being a bit of a egomaniac now because I just don't want to give him 14 quid. Yeah, that is really cool. I like that a lot. Let me see if he'll do that. Take these cards off my hands. Please. Save me from selling them. Just accept it, Basil. Give him the ETH. I'm not giving him the ETH. I'm not giving in. I'm using that £14 on a Nando's chat, alright? That would be interesting, though. I feel like what would be really cool... What's this? Basil, mate, you're starting to really annoy me now. He cancelled it! Oh, no. Basil cancelled the offer. I'm not getting McTominay now. I was going to reply. I can't even be asked. I just can't be asked to debate it because I feel like Chinese missed the whole point. I think Chinese missed the whole point of that tweet. It's not about onboarding. The kickoff mode is for onboarding. The Fiat wallet and things like that will be for onboarding. That's not like the product roadmap's not made for onboarding new users. It's for the current users. Stream Sniper and McTominay. Oh, did he cancel it because somebody else bought it? Actually, right, that's it. Who the fuck is this? You better have My United cards in your gallery. Okay, he does, to be fair. For fuck's sake, I should have just accepted the ETH. Might actually work out in my favor because if someone buys my, in fact, let me be hyper aggressive real quick. Let me see if I can make a bot snipe my Dylan Nealis. Let me see if that works. Yeah, so I think Chinese missed the point here, and it's like, so my tweet is just literally about the fact that a product roadmap is not designed for new onboarding users to digest. That's not what a product roadmap's for. It's for the existing users that have been playing this game for a long time. That's why I reference patch notes. You don't make patch notes for a new user to read. They won't understand it. The other thing is that is like this is just completely and utterly wrong. Like, he's so completely wrong with this. The new XP doesn't artificially boost player scores in reference to anyone else's scores. Like, everyone will start with 10% XP. Everyone will get the exact same XP. They'll get the exact same bonus. Like, it's not going to give somebody else another advantage or anything like that. It's like people get the exact same thing. And it's not going to be a case of like, on Sorare data, you can see what the player gets. And then you can see their score after XP. But on Sorare itself, it just shows the score. Right? So it's like, on Sorare itself, it shows a score with XP already tied in. That does not make it more confusing for new users. At all. It doesn't, it's not going to sit there and say, okay, he scored 67, but with this XP he scored that, and that only shows on Sorare data, and new users aren't going to flock straight to Sorare data anyway. New users go to Sorare first, especially new onboarded users. So it's like, that right there is like 2 of his points already quashed. I think people are just not being open to the idea of what fitness could be and what it brings, right? Like, you know? I don't think they're changing the goalposts at all either. The game hasn't changed. The gameplay's not changed at all. I need chill music. Let me see if there's a chill playlist on my homepage. .04? Is that what rough values it at? VBR has rejected your offer. Oh, fair enough. Just going to rejected, fair enough. What bid did I put on? Did I put a bid on for Dallo? No. The goalposts have changed slightly. If you've just gone balls deep into collections, you're going to be pissed. They've devalued them. I wouldn't say they've devalued them though. Like, how would you say they've devalued them? Just all of the implementation of fitness. So we need to wait and see how the details will be in September. Any other game I play cost me 50 to 70 bucks once and doesn't have a big amount of investment locked up in it, like Sorare. Not true. You don't buy Sorare, so there's a first point. Second of all, most games now have DLC or in-game purchases. Very rare you get a game where you don't have to put money on. There's something to be considered. They do boost the score of better scores more, even with the same percentage. Kimmich's 70 becomes 77, McTominay's 40 becomes 44. A 30-point difference becomes 33 points. Yes, but you also, like, if McTominay got an extra 30 points, he would get an extra 33 points, so it doesn't make a difference. That would only make sense if neither of them got any XP. But because McTominay also gets an extra 10%, he would need the 30-point difference to get an extra 33 points because the extra 10%. The max collection bonus as a proportion of total bonus available is much lower now, so it's less important. That's not true. You're not getting max collection bonus to coincide with the max bonus available. It's to compete with other managers, because if you've got a max percent Arsenal stack, you get an extra 5% on your Saka, your Martinelli, your Saliba, your Ramsdale, right? You're competing those cards against other people that may have Arsenal players, but they won't have the extra 5%. So it's irrelevant, because you both will have similar fitness bonus regardless. So it's irrelevant whether it's like you're still getting a benefit. You know? Does that make sense? This is exciting for Doku. This increases the difference between good and bad scores a bit more. Kimmich will always score more than McTominay, but now his scores are 10% bigger. Higher scores do get an extra boost. That's not true. So, like, again, I'm trying to explain this from the right perspective. You're not comparing Kimmich's scores to Kimmich's scores, or Kimmich's scores to McTominay's scores. You're comparing an 80 points to an 80 points. So regardless of player, if your player gets 100 points and you have let's say you have every single bonus you could possibly have maximum, so he's got a 30% bonus, right? If another player scores 100 points and they also have the max bonus, you're both getting 130 points. It's the same 130 points. You're not getting, like, there's no added bonus there, because it's not unfair, because everybody gets it, or at least the opportunity, right? So people saying fitness is going to be paid to win, collections is paid to win, because if you get 100 points but you only have 25% because you don't have the 5% collection, then your opponent will get 130 points because he's got the 5% collection bonus. So it's like already, like, you know. But even that being said, it still doesn't change the fact that at this current point in Sorare, most people don't have max percent bonuses anyway. So we can sit here and get worried about 130% bonuses, but most people don't have max percent bonuses now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Most cards you see don't already have the maximum percentage. Oh yeah, Tofton, can I have your Varane for like a decent price, please? Is that all right? Can I buy your Varane, please, mate? Can you like sell it me for like last sale or something? Is that all right? Is that okay? Yeah, is that all right? What's the sentiment? I think long term, like longevity is a sentiment. I think one game to rule them all. That's a great tweet from Quinny. I can't lie. I like that tweet. Villa likes Leverkusen wingers first. Bailey, now Diaby. Yep. Aston Villa Leverkusen. There you go. I'm seeing replies and I'm worried. I'm worried. Okay, no, good. Okay, that got deleted to me anyway. That guy just replied saying you get punished for using players in back-to-back game weeks, but that's not true, because what if in that game week you get the fitness cards to then up your players back to full fitness? Do we have info on how fitness decreases? No, we have no info right now, bar the fact that it's in the game. Like we have the very, very core fundamentals and the very, very core basics of how it works, right? Me writing an essay, yeah, sorry about that. We have the very core fundamentals, the very core basics. Alright, I got you, Tofton. Let me have a look at what Raphael Varand's at. So yeah, like, this is the thing. We only know the very, 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 very small, minute, basic details of how it all works, right? That's all we know so far. That's all we know. And they also said, like, for example, you'll be able to buy physio packs, which is the fitness booster. You'll be able to get that with so coins or with money from the shop, and they're not going to make it ridiculously unattainable. They're not stupid, right? I feel like people, when they see these updates, forget that Sorare have built this platform from scratch, right? It's the same Sorare that you seem to love before this update came out. So it's like you think that this exact same company is just going to absolutely destroy the platform. Like, no, you know, no chance. They would have done a lot of research into this before they even, you know, before they thought to put it up, essentially. Oh, here it is. A little bit higher than last sale. Like, you know, like it's the same company. So these updates, people are acting as if like they don't know what they're doing with these updates. I'm sorry, but like, why do you play this platform then? Because they created it and they've created a platform that you love. So stop acting like they, like, you know, like we don't know the details of it. So we're gonna find out all these details in due course. There's no point panicking right now and getting all flustered about it, in my opinion. The artificial increase that Johnny mentioned, if a McChicken costs £1 and a Big Mac costs £2, both have a 10% increase. Big Mac's increase was higher, even though they increased the same percentage. Yes, but the difference over Bet Gaming is that a Big Mac is bigger than a McChicken, right? It also doesn't really make sense because a Big Mac and a McChicken don't score points on a video game. Or it's not even a video game, is it? It's a game. Even with this artificial increase. Like, so what you're saying doesn't make sense from a Sorare POV, and the reason why it doesn't make sense from a Sorare POV is because you're not guaranteed anything, right? Like, a product increasing due to inflation is not what's happening here. Why are we talking about Big Macs? I don't know, but I'm hungry now. Like, this artificial increase, right? Like, you used a point of McTominay getting 40 points and Kimmich getting 80 points. Of course, Kimmich gets an extra, like, more points because he scored more points. But if players, if we get the 10% bonus on every player, that 100 points that your player versus another player scored is 110 for both players. There's nothing unfair about that. It's not artificial. It's 100% like fair and the same across every single player, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to say that you can get any kind of higher increase in another player. That's how scoring works. Your 80 versus 40 points is still a double the score beforehand, you know, before the 10% increase. So it doesn't change anything. You know what I mean? Does that, like, I hope I explained that right. It doesn't change anything because it's like it's still the same core fundamentals of the game, you know. Is this guy a fucking idiot or what? So you've offered me half the price and then instantly reject it? What moron. Today we just started buying more Man United rare cards, so it has changed the game. I suppose you're not wrong. Yeah, I suppose you're not wrong. I've done that from a collection point of view, rather than like anything else. Mainly because I don't want my Bruno to be dead when he loses his 5% in fucking September. I think the point now is that the difference between the two scores is now greater, assuming they're not maxed at 100. Yes, they are, but like, I don't understand the point though. Yeah, yes, the difference between the two scores is greater, but like, there's a difference between the two scores, you know? Fitness might have bad vibes around FIFA. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Fade. My point is what I'm trying to say, TJ Doc, and what I'm trying to the point I'm trying to make is like, I don't understand why that's even a relevant point in the first place. Yeah, exactly, Tofton. Okay, it's a double score before the percentage, but it can be more than double after the percentage. I get your point. 70 versus 40 on Kimmich is 75% bigger. 77 versus 44, 10% both. Is the Kimmich score is still 75? Yes, but also you got to realize, right? What if, let's take away the fitness thing, all right? Even like, let's say your Kimmich is already just max level. My Kimmich is level 19, right? So let's take away, this is what I've been trying to explain to people a lot. So my Kimmich is at 10.5% bonus, right? He'll be at 11% when I get to level 20. He's level 19 now. I've got 1% bonus for collection, and I've got the 9.5% bonus on the card. So my Kimmich is already at 10.5, or let's say 11% bonus when he gets to max level, right? So like, even if you don't add in the fitness, if your McTominay's got 5%, and my Kimmich has got 11.5%, it's already bigger. You know? So like, adding in a blanket 10% upgrade to everybody, I don't think makes the game unfair in any way. Because everyone gets the 10%. And all of a sudden now, like, it might even be a case of, for some people, it's easy to compete against people that have Nep built out a load of collections on the sole premise that he wanted to have a massive advantage on everybody else, right? So like, he wanted to have a huge advantage on every single person by having 15% on his cards, 10% for the season bonus, and then an extra 5% from collections. So his theory was, realistically, he should be mopping up rewards with 15% on all of his cards anyway, right? Well, now, with an extra 10%, if he doesn't plan his fitness or whatever logically, right, someone else could get closer without having to spend all that money on collections. I think it balances the game a little bit. Yeah, I agree with you, Tofton. It kind of does devalue collections a little bit. It does devalue collections a little bit, but then if you can get the percentage on everything, like, then you're cooking. Overbeck has it right in his explanation. I am surely no against the fitness idea, and I agree with you, but this doesn't change the fact that it does artificially increase points from a statistical POV. Both sides are true. I don't think the artificial, like, what I guess what I'm saying to Channy, is that, like, it doesn't change it though. It will maybe artificially increase his points, right? But they get blanket increased across the boards. So it's like, it doesn't have a fundamental change on the game. Because if you had a Kimmich that got 70 points and someone had got McTominay at 40 points, like, there's still that 30-point gap regardless. And yes, that might turn into a 33-point gap, but that shouldn't have a changing impact on the game because everybody gets the same bonus. So then if you had a player, let's say I had Kimmich and Van Dijk, right? My Van Dijk got 50 points, my Kimmich got 70 points, your McTominay got 40 points, but your Carlos Hill got 90 points. Before the bonuses, you probably beat me. After the bonuses, you probably beat me. I haven't really worked the maths out in my head, but, like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So it's like, it won't change the game in that regard, I don't think. Both things are true, got ya. Sorare's trending at least. That's always good. At least Sorare's trending. Oh, that was a nice neck crack. Be easy to beat your all-time high now. True. That's pretty cool. That meetup looks sick. Can't believe they got signed cards. I'm jealous. So jealous. Increases the difference of lots of dollars and less dollars, which I'm not against. So as a company, I'll be honest with you. So we'll see what they say about it when we talk more into more detail. I actually see this being something they revert anyway. To be honest, I actually think this will be something they end up reverting in the sense. That's funny. Sorry, I'm just reading something. I see Laval in it. Sorry about that. Let me update my Twitter feed. What's this? What's going on here then? It's interesting. I mean, we'll see what happens. I am convinced that fitness will not have an impact on the game like people think. Listen to the stream podcast while working out. I'll be honest with you. I just don't think. I don't think fitness will have as big an impact on the game as people think it will. You know. And we've all been looking at the absolute maximum, right? But if we look at like some of my best cards in the game, look at the percentage on these cards. Like obviously Tadic's got a really good percentage. Messi's level 19, so that's obviously. But like I have a 3.5% on Zaruki, right? Like 6% on Clarkson, 5.5% on Gerson. Like, and most people in their galleries would be very similar to me as well. Like most people probably have anywhere from 5 to 10% on their cards maximum. Most people don't have like already like 10 to 15% on their cards anyway. So it's like, I don't think it'll have a huge impact anyway. I don't think it's going to like massively impact the game. And I don't think it's going to like ruin it either. And I think like, and the reason why I'm confident is because they have all the analytical data. So it's like, they will have stats that will show if it will kill the game or not, you know? We honestly don't have enough input about fitness to be this deep into discussion. Let's wait for the official news and that. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I agree. Yeah, that's facts. But he hammered. He's a guy that bought the super rare Mackenzie, I think. I recognise his name. Yeah, so, and it said if a card's not in a lineup, it gains fitness back as well, right? Like, there will be plenty of game weeks where your players aren't going to play. Like, if we go into the lineup builder, right? So we start Europe, and then Europe starts full European seasons back 399, right? Game week 400. Oh, all of a sudden, I have 2 players playing in game week 400. So straight away, my players are going to bring back fitness. 401, we have a bunch of lineups again, right? Game week 402, all of a sudden I have one like lineup realistically. I have 1 goalkeeper playing. So I have a bunch of MLS cards. I can't use all of these in a single lineup, so most of them will regain fitness back again, right? Then 404 like is a European or international midweek. I have 3 cards playing, so most of my cards are going to then regain fitness again. Like, you know what I mean? So like, and then obviously when UCL's back. I don't know when UCL is back realistically, but like it'll be like sometime in October or November, whatever. Like we'll have group stages, and then we'll have a big period with no UCL. Like, you know. Imagine not having not having the 28% bonus on your rare Chelsea stack versus Luton before the season bonus drops in September. I will own all of you. Not a chance to read in full. Do we know what game week the cap mode getting the bonuses? I think it just said September. Also, teams without European tournaments, bigger share of Cap T40 players for sure, will always have a free midweek. Yeah, for sure. I don't think fitness is that bad at all, realistically. Hey, there you go. I sold a Dylan Nealis. I think Bento might have been the guy who came on my streams earlier asking to buy this card. So I'm glad that we got him sold for a decent price for him. Not great for me, but like you take losses here and there. I think people are overreacting. Absolutely, people are overreacting. Welcome to change in anything. What I want to see American trains is Ladino and his son Larry. I don't actually know what his son's name is. I think his son's name is Larry, but like it might not be. American trains look so much nicer than UK trains though. Why do American trains look so much nicer? So I can use in disarray right now? Yeah, I know. Some leagues have long mid-season breaks too. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think there'll be strategy to it, and also like if you do have a run of like 5 game weeks in a row, like I truly believe, let's say you lose 1% every game week that your player starts and 0.5% if your player comes off the bench, right? I believe then if you don't play your player in a game week for 1 week, they will gain back that 1%. Then I think the physio packs will be available if your players played 2 game weeks in a row and you want to buy it to add 1%, you know, or something like that. Like I think they'll get it right. I really do. I feel like the biggest problem with cap modes is the new season bonus. The example on their update was calculated with the average values of all bonuses except the new season bonus, because as soon as this update gets activated, the new season bonus goes away and every card essentially has less than minus 5%. That's true. They did calculate the new season bonus actually in their example. So this one they actually only gave new season bonus to 2 cards here. And then they gave 0% collection to 2 cards as well. It's a little ironic that players injured in real life will now have max fitness on Sorare. The auctions for new season cards are going to be insane. Yeah, true. There'll be new season cards to buy. That's true as well. But also, like, the example they gave didn't have new season bonus on every card. It only had new season bonus on 2 different cards. There won't be any cards that have that bonus. There will be new season cards that have that bonus. But also, like, there'll be a lot of people that will have higher percentage bonus on collection. And also, like, you know, some cards, 6% fitness, 4% fitness. I will be surprised if most game weeks I don't have 10% fitness on all my cards. Genuinely. I actually think that I will have that on most of my cards. You're saying that even though you paid 11k for your Kimmich, you can't play him and at his max ability unless you invest in packs or whatever they are. It's BS in my opinion. Teams manage fitness IRL and we don't have to do it. You don't know. This is the issue, Roland Richard. You have no idea how fitness is going to work. You have just made an entire point without having any idea on how it works. So it really, like, that just doesn't make any sense. Who says I can't play him at max ability? Who says you won't be able to... Like, Kimmich doesn't play every single game week. We've just established that he has a game week in 399, doesn't play in 400, plays in 401, doesn't play in 402. You know what I mean? Like... So, we've already established that there will be game weeks where he re-gets his fitness back. I agree, Sarah Espy. Would it be better to stack on T40 or buy a bunch of different players? Probably stack. Collection bonus I think will be huge. And also we get a 20% captain bonus. With max bonus and everything, you're essentially able to hit the threshold with 224 points. Fitness could be really easy to come by, as mentioned. It's going to be available in the club shop. Exactly. It could be a case of 100 SO coins gets you a fitness pack. I get like... When I put all my lineups out in the European season, and yeah, I'm a bigger gallery, but I get thousands of SO coins a week. You know? I wouldn't worry too much. And also they said that fitness packs will be given out in rewards as well. So, and imagine it'd be one of those things you get as a reward if you didn't win anything. Like, instead of just getting SO coins, you maybe get a couple of fitness packs as well. So I wouldn't worry too much. Yeah, exactly, Adam. 300 is a little steep, but they said that they could decrease it. 300 is not steep at all. As you can see by this example, like, theoretically, 300 is identical to 250. It's not steep at all. And it's like, it's actually, like, I think easier to achieve. With a cap, if you pick the right captain, right, you have collection bonuses as well, and you have max fitness. It's so fucking easy. Amateur tournaments give you a good chunk of SO coins, exactly. Picking captain's huge. I like that a lot. That should be the case. Cap 270 is really fun because the strategy of picking the right captain is massive. Welcome back, Lola. I think at the beginning there will be less people hitting the threshold, but as soon as there are more and more new season cards, it'll become more again. Maybe. I don't think you'll need new season cards to hit threshold consistently. I think if you pick the right captain, if this team picked, instead of picking Bo as a captain, right? If it picked Hong Chul as a captain instead, like 20% on 71 is what? Something? It would have been like 315 points, I reckon. 310 points. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Tofton. Would it have only been an extra 4 points? Nah, it would have been more than that. Surely. No, maybe it wouldn't have been. Yeah, extra 4 points. No, it wouldn't have been extra 4 points. Extra 14 points, wouldn't it? 20% on 71. Oh, you mean extra 4 points on Bo? Fairs. Would mean extra 14 points on the player, though. Is what I meant. But yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, kind of how it works. Yeah, you take the 10 away from Bo. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I didn't calculate that. Yeah, you're not wrong. If you have it at full fitness, new season card collection with captain, you're talking like a 45% bonus. Yeah, literally. I'm doing good, Elbow. How you doing, mate? What's up, brother? Yeah, I mean, I feel like, look, we've been live for 3 hours and 10 minutes. I feel like we've covered a lot today. So I'm personally confident. I'm happy about it as well. But it's fair if people aren't. I'm gonna call it there, I think, boys. It's got a lot going on today anyway, which is, you know, not ideal. It's not ideal day in general. So I'm gonna call it there, I think. I do appreciate you guys sitting and watching. I'll be live again tomorrow. So Nep streaming on Twitch right now as well if you want to watch Nep and listen to what he thinks about it. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow and we'll chat about it then. All right, take care of yourselves, much love, appreciate you all a lot, and I'll see you guys then. All right.